STAFDA for 2023, and we're in the flex booth. And we got Big Jeff with us. I've been waiting for this.
Everybody's been waiting for this.
Yes.
So this you'll see early in the new year.
Okay.
Okay. 18 gauge
So
nailer.
first quarter?
Yes, sir.
2024.
2024.
Beautiful.
Yes, sir. So, at Sightline, you can see what you have for nails right away. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100.
I like that.
Dry fire lockout, so you're not going to mar any of your material. Toolless clog adjustments. Oh, we're shooting nails.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Yo, you see how talented I am? I just picked them right
You're
up out of
fast.
the air.
Toolless clog adjustment. All right.
Yes.
Put these back in. So up to 2,200 nails on a single 2.5 amp hour battery.
Wow, that's a lot.
Industry leading, okay? You got your glasses on?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
What is the capacity of brad nail this will take? Smallest to largest, do you know?
Up to 2 inches.
So it's up to 2 inches?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. And we're just gonna go through.
You can shoot anywhere you like. So you're in single play mode, as I call it right now. So single fire, right?
Yep. Nice.
And then there's basically
How's my depth adjustment work here?
depth adjustment is really simple. Essentially, it's a hard click, so it's an audible click where you are, and then you're setting your adjustment, right? And it's a hard stop when you get there.
I like that.
Non-marring tips are on the tool, of course, and then you've got a couple that are stationed here.
Maybe I'm working on a nailer, right?
Yes, sir.
Something that's not going to be part of the finished product that's seen. I
Yeah.
need to use brads to set it, okay? Then I'm moving quickly into something that's pre-finished hardwood.
Okay.
That will be seen. Some of my other nailers, it's like a thumb, it's like a thumb dial.
Yeah.
That takes a lot of adjustment. This looks like much
It's
faster.
It's quite simple. I mean, you're an audible click, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you have a fifth setting, right?
So can I play with that?
Absolutely. you
So-
can. That's at full height right now.
So this would leave this brad the most proud, right? So you can see we're slightly proud. Then, and we just want to be, let's just say we wanted to be flush. We would come back one click, we'd come in, test. You can see we're literally right there at the surface. Now let's just say this was finished and we wanted to get a little filler in there or some of that colored crayon for finished woods for cabinetry. Boom. You can see we're set perfectly. We're ready to fill.
Another neat thing, I'm going to put you into what I call repeater mode.
The repeater mode.
So this is one of the industry leading in terms of, I'm going to let you play with it.
Okay. I mean, do we go full Rambo right now?
It's up to you, man. I don't call it full Rambo. I call it full Vince at VCG.
Whoa! I went so quick. You could see it stopped me from firing. Oh,
You're getting there. At 5, the dry fire lockout will come into play.
and you can see we've now hit that stop.
Yes, sir.
Is there? And you can see right there.
The benefit to it, obviously, is that you're not dry firing and marring that surface, right?
You don't want to dry fire.
Absolutely.
This is great. Perfect.
That's the 18 gauge nailer. So let's talk, our impacts that are coming this again, same thing, Q1 of 24. So the mid torque is my go-to. I'm a hot rod guy, I'm a wrencher.
Yes.
I got a 49 hot rod that I play with on the weekends. My go-to is our 1/2 inch mid torque. Like, it is my favorite tool we have.
Yeah.
However, coming really quickly, you're going to see a full suite of basically impact wrenches. So you're going to start out at a 3/8 compact.
Wait a minute. You know what's confusing me? For a second there, I thought this was the mid torque.
No, this is our mid torque.
This is the mid torque now.
Yeah.
This is the mid torque.
That's it.
What's this?
So this is your 1/2 inch high torque.
Wait a minute. Has this been redesigned? This isn't the same one, is it?
This is brand new.
This is brand new.
Yes, sir.
Wait, this is the first time I'm seeing
This
this.
is the first time anybody's seeing this.
That means this is the first time you're seeing this. Wait a minute, dude.
Hold on, let me give you a battery.
Wait a minute. This is significantly smaller than the outgoing,
100%
right?
it is. And it's a significant lift over what you have. So our conventional 1/2 inch that you're used to
Yes.
is about 1,150 foot-pounds of, they call it nut busting torque, right?
Yes.
This is 1550, okay? And we've kept some real nice things in this. Do you remember on the half inch how the head actually floated? So like you're used to, you've got your 3 different, torque modes.
Yeah.
You've got your auto mode when you break that nut loose and you want it to, not damage a wheel. 3 high bright LEDs.
Yo, this is, dude.
It's a sweet tool.
This is sweet.
Yeah. 1,100 foot-pounds of fastening
torque.
Correct.
Nick, if you're watching, you can keep the old one. I'm getting this one.
But that's not it. Like, we've got a 3/4 coming too, right?
Yeah.
So now you're into 3/4. Now it's 1,600 foot-pounds.
Wait, so this is 1550. That actually does get a boost.
Yes, sir. You go
So
to
this is 1600.
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So this would be like superstructure?
Yeah, superstructure, things like transport truck tires. Those guys need big torque.
Sure.
Those are big wheels, big fasteners. We talk about high torque.
Yes.
But we've got I didn't get to show you is our new, so 3/8, right? Compact. I'll put that in your hand. I'll trade you for a minute. So this is a 3/8 compact.
Yo, ring light.
Again, ring light. In addition, there's one here that we didn't bring to the show this week. Also, is the same body, a little bit bigger, and it's a compact 1/2 inch for using around the shop as well.
Really?
So you're essentially going to have,
What's the?
so 450 foot-pounds of nut bust. The 1/2 inch and the 3/8 are the same.
Okay.
Same nut busting torque of 450 foot.
I have a question.
Yes, sir. No, you can't have that.
Oh, come on, man. Come on, man.
You look at a lot of tranny shops, things like that.
Yeah.
A 3/8 impact is their go-to, right? That's what they're going to use on the bench for most of their products and most of their jobs. Even in the mechanic shop, if you're working on a motor, 99 times out of 10,
Yeah.
3/8 power is all you need.
Absolutely.
It's not till you get to tires, tie rods, suspension that you need big power, right?
Dude, this thing, it just fits in my hand.
It's awesome.
It feels like it was made for me, Jeff. You see what I'm getting at?
I see you're getting that, but you can't keep that one.
Sorry.
We can keep it at the show this week.
All right. I love the fact that you've upped the numbers performance-wise,
Yeah.
but you didn't compromise the user. You still have the vibration reducing
important.
features. Yeah.
There's always disruption. I mean, look at our right angle drills,
Yes.
right? They both have turbo. The compact is insane power.
Yes.
In addition, they've all got anti-kickback, which amazes me because there's units out there in the industry today that don't have an anti-kickback, and I'm sure you've run a right angle drill before. When it goes for a ride, you hold on.
So one time I had a 1/2 inch corded hammer drill. I
Yeah.
won't say the name, but I was mixing joint compound. I was whipping up joint compound with it. I didn't put the handle on.
Yeah,
Okay, I don't even know if I had a handle. And this thing took me for a ride.
I bet.
I didn't know if it ripped off my arm. Like, that's how bad it hurt. I'm like, oh my God, the pain is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So it's no joke.
The other thing that's really specific to us, really neat, is our 4-port simultaneous, right?
Yes.
So, I mean, we're one of the only ones in the industry today that have a 4-port simultaneous. And I know you know what simultaneous is.
Sure.
But not everybody not all your viewers do.
No.
Simultaneous is ultimately, I can put 4 batteries on this and they all charge at the same time. And each bank here is 280 watts.
Okay.
So it's equivalent to our rapid charger. This actually pops into our stack pack too, which, is really
Yeah.
cool.
I mean, listen, here's the thing. Instead of loading up a box full of chargers,
Yes.
you're putting this on top and maybe putting the batteries inside the box, but you have a system in and out, on and off the job as quick as possible.
Even in the shop, at my shop at home, I actually have a 4-port that hangs on my wall like this.
Oh, yeah.
And that's what I use as my charger. Right?
Beautiful.
So keep it in mind. Cheers.
I
Vince.
appreciate it. You didn't say anything about the batteries. I can't take these home, right?
You cannot. Sorry. I need those. We got a full show, Vince. I love you, but they have to stay here.
We got a new nasty sandwich. It's nastier than ever.
That's what we're saying. Raw materials, manufacturing, and performance. It has to all come together.
We're at STAFDA for 2023, and we're in the Diablo booth. And they're like teeing this whole presentation up for us, it seems. We have our special guest. It's going to run for us. Steve is back.
Hey, welcome to 2023 STAFDA. Hey, Vince, thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. It's always good to see you. You ready to start?
I'm super ready. I'm always excited.
We're gonna jump right into the next generation demo demon, the ultimate framing and demolition circular saw blade.
I gotta be honest.
Yeah.
So every time I visit with you,
Right.
I have this like, there's no way Steven can outdo what he did last time.
We got a great team, right? So a lot of great technology, a lot of great manufacturing, but yes, I think we have done it, right? So we took it to the next level, starting with the carbide. Only saw blade manufacturer, we make our own carbide. That gave us the ability to address some really nasty materials. What we're gonna cut today, we're getting into these micro lambs.
I didn't even notice what these were at first.
Oh yeah, we went straight to the LSL, LVL micro lambs. You're talking 30, 40% resins in here. So not just wood pressed together, it's got all that resin in there. And what happens when you cut that?
Oh yeah, it comes up the carbide.
Right.
Before we have William cut it, you might not know what the nasty sandwich is. What is in this thing?
Right? So we got
The micro lamb.
the micro lamb.
We have the lamb fasteners.
Yep.
And then what's sandwiched in there?
2 layers of asphalt shingles, 2 layers galvanized flashing, 1/4 inch piece of plywood. So a standard competitive 7 1/4 carbide tip blade, 36 volt Makita, let it rip. That material is so dense, that's what's slowing it down. And then once it starts hitting the fasteners, you can see this part. The carbide, it's already gone, right? So just making cross cuts on this material, it stresses out the blade, it heats up, he's not gonna be able to track a line. So we really worked on not only the carbide, the stability of the blade, we had to address all those factors. So that's when we're gonna we'll see next gen. All right, you're not going anywhere. You're gonna put a lot of technology, new carbide. We've got different anti-vibration slots. We've got the design here. So not only is it, we've got the pyramid tooth, but we also have a small, really small chamfer on the edge of that ATB. And we got that tooth locked in there. So a lock tooth brazing, proprietary lock tooth brazing technology that keeps that tooth on there when it's in the material.
I have a simple innovation that I'm gonna ask for right now.
Okay.
Hey Diablo, why don't you make a worm drive specific saw blade in this demo demon? This way we could have your fancy lettering on the outside. We could show it off a little bit better. That would be fantabulous.
I'd like to request a worm drive blade specifically so I can look at your lettering as I'm running my saw. Can we do it?
Hey, anything's possible.
Anything? All right, good, beautiful.
Okay, so here we go. Same material, next generation demo demon. Let it rip. So it's just eating right through those fasteners, right? There's a difference between cutting and grinding. It's all right. Sorry.
Oh my God. Did you see all that in there?
But just look how clean that is, right? It looks like you're doing cross cuts in 2x4, 2x6. But this look how
burning.
nice. Yeah.
No burning. You can see no burning there. I'm amazed.
Right? Look at that blade. It's not even.
Can I feel it?
Warm. Yeah. It's a little warm, but
Yeah, no.
I mean, compared to the almost fire you saw with that first blade, right?
Yeah.
Only cutting a few bolts.
Carbides look great.
Yeah. So graphics on the other side.
So I have a question.
Yes, sir.
The geometry in the carbide helps to reduce gumming from the lamb.
So the quality of the carbide
Okay.
and the tolerances that we maintain on grinding allow it to stay sharper longer.
Okay.
So that way the resins aren't
Gotcha.
such a big deal, right?
Gotcha,
You're
gotcha.
staying sharp, so you're cutting through it.
Gotcha.
Now, the PermaShield coating, right? The PermaShield coating does have an impact on that, less corrosion, but also less gumming as it's cutting
Less
through.
gumming, just keep it cooler?
Yes, essentially, but yeah, because you're not gumming up, you're not getting that additional
Yes.
drag. You can see, this is not a coating, this is paint, right? It's already worn it off, you can see where it's stressed out.
Right. Is there any trickle down because of this new technology? Or is it allowing you to make improvements maybe in your standard 24 teeth is his blade.
Carbide used to be a very small part of power tool accessories. Now it's a very big part.
Yep.
And we can take that technology, yes, and we can tailor it to masonry drilling, to metal cutting. You've seen us cut some metal, tailored over to reciprocating saw blades. Continue to see that. OMT, that multi-tool blade. It's unbelievable what you can do with that these days. And it all comes from that knowledge.
Pretty much the oscillating multi-tool, the carbide, the demo demons.
Yep.
I use them exclusively.
Yeah, because there was a lot of carbide blades for OMTs, right? But what happened when you put them in clean wood?
Oh yeah.
What did you see? You saw smoke go everywhere.
Yeah, because
and then when you run into a screw, they would cut the screw, right? But at this time, you're having to pull it back out because you already smoked up the whole house.
Yes,
I got a solution for that.
Okay, we're ready.
What we have here is a carbide tip blade from the competition for both metal and wood, right? It's rated to cut metal and wood. Right. You're in, again, not a good situation, right?
Yeah. I mean, it cut. It cut.
Right. But now your smoke alarm's going off, or if you're the contractor, you got to get a fan to get
That's it. Yeah, the first thing
smell
you're
out of
doing
the
is
house.
taking the batteries out of everything.
Right? So specifically nail embedded wood. The other thing that we do is you'll notice it's got a small curved edge at the beginning, right? So why is that important? If you're doing melamine or a really fine material, you want it to be able to start. Remember, this thing's oscillating back and forth really fast. And if you're hitting the corners and bouncing all over the place, you could have been damaging the material. If you're trying to make a finished cut, you need it to start. So it almost kind of feathers that, feathers it out, gives you, once you set your curve, now you can just plunge right through if that's what you need to do. But what we're gonna do now with the Diablo, first to the market, carbide tip for nail embedded wood, and you're gonna see the difference in the performance as it flies through the clean wood with no smoke, but also can take on the fasteners in the wood. And again, no burning there.
No burning.
Nice and clean.
Here's the thing though. Here's the thing I don't want the viewers to gloss over. It says nail embedded wood. Generally, nails are much softer than screws.
Right.
We just cut through screws.
Right.
With no burning.
Well, like you said, drywall screws, construction screws, cabinet installer screws.
Yes.
It's terrible when you're ripping those out.
Yes.
Again, I know it might be a demo job site, but you don't want to put all that smoke
Oh,
in
it's
it.
the truth.
And then what happens when you do that? That's a $15, $20, $25 saw blade that you got to throw away.
Yes.
Right? So the goal is to make that job better for you, better for your tool, more cuts for your battery, better for the environment.
So if we're going to be encountering wood with nails and possibly screws, that's the product we're going with.
That's it. You want to see some hole saws?
Yeah, all right. I want to see some hole saw. Sure.
Rough in hole saw. Traditionally, market was either a bimetal hole saw, which worked but had a tendency to burn. Now you're digging plugs out, especially if you're in a moist environment, which sometimes that case is. Self-feed bits, really fast. But self-feed, you had to have a right angle drill. You couldn't run it with a pistol grip drill. Created a lot of mess, right? We got fine dust here versus self-feed. You literally have to have an extra labor on the job site. Time is money, extra labor. So if you can eliminate that labor, make the job easier. And then you have potentially, you got to carry this huge right angle drill around. And you might have to go in between studs, or you might have to go over your head. This tool already weighs enough. So how do we make it better, right? So we want to make fast holes for penetration. Occasionally we're going to counter, we can counter screws, we can counter nails, so we need a solution for that. So the carbide tip, low tooth count, rough in hole saw from Diablo, it fits into our Snap-Lock Plus, so it truly is, a quick change. I can change from 2 9/16, for example, all the way up to 4 inch, 5 inch. If I need to go do a toilet, switch back over to supply lines, go down to a 7/8. It's all one mandrel. Clicks right in.
That's crazy.
Clicks right out, right? Pops into the drill, and now we're ready to make a hole. So.
And that's a standard 7/16.
Yeah. Yep. All right, so here's the competitive bit, right? They have a low tooth count hole saw, but it's designed for the same application. But you're going to see the difference in the design And it's gonna take a while, believe it or not. Even with this 10-pound weight hanging on, it's gonna take a little bit of time to get this through. That way, if I'm in between studs or overhead or even this, it's extra time. So 10 pounds of weight, competitive solution here. 2x6 just clean wood versus the Diablo rough-end carbide tip hole saw. We've got the whole right angle brushless. We're just gonna pull the trigger, see how it goes. 3, 2, 1, hit it. Right. So it's just that extra time and extra work, right? So the way we design it, again, you talked about the carbide, it's about the brazing, it's about the grinding, it's that, you know, geometries, allows it to make it easier on the tool, easier on the end user. It gives us more flexibility. You know, if you needed to change that out to a different size, different application, you know.
I think one of the best parts I liked about that was he drilled this hole, cleaned out his plug. You were still drilling. I think the cleaning out the plug part's really awesome. You really outdone yourself again.
We're trying.
How do you do it?
Well, it all comes down to what does the end user need, right?
Yeah.
We have to listen to the end user. We have to be curious. We have to understand the challenges they're facing on the job site.
You up to yourself every time I meet with you. I appreciate you taking some time.
Hey, great to see you.
And I feel like when Steven takes into account what you need on the job site and then has his engineers make it, then smash the like button. It's free for you to do. It doesn't cost you a dime. You'll get 7 years of good luck. Once again, thank you, brother.
Thank you.
If you want more Diablo, then watch this next video because Steven's might be in that video too, and I know you all love him. See you all on the next one. I'm with Steven. You know what he wanted to tell you, Flint? It's Diablo, not Diablo. What's up, brother?
Good to see you,
Thank
my
you
man.
for having us in the
coming
booth.
by.
What do we have new? I know you got something new for us.
We got
I'm
so
gonna get
many
out
good
of his way.
things. Hey, I actually want to start with the real deal right here. This is our new premium mobile toolkit, 194-piece set.
This is nice.
SAE and metric color-coded nut setters, 6-inch. The most snug made in Germany bit holder in here. Then,
Wait, made in Germany?
that's it, yep, and the most snug bit holder you can ever find in your life. And then
Wait,
we
look
got
at this.
little micro bit sets, 4mm, with the little extension in here for your electronic applications. And we have our Gold Box TST blue bits with the little mini ratchet and a bit holder in here. Wait, gets better. Measuring tape, hammer, level. This is the first foam tray only. Second, full line of pliers and cutters and the bike cut. Made in Spain adjustable wrenches.
These
Auto
are
pliers.
brand new, aren't they?
Brand new, 8, 10, and 12 inches. Check them out, how smooth they are, right?
Oh, they are smooth.
Metric and SAE, double-sided.
Are you making fun of me?
Yeah,
What
so
do you
I can-
mean?
yeah,
It's
that's
adjustable
it,
wrench. Oh, you
that's
mean
it.
the measuring?
Yes, the measuring, that's what I meant.
He's trying to pull a trick on me. I love him.
So we got this tray. Wait, gets better. Then we have our made in Germany screwdrivers in here. The extra heavy duty, the
I use
chisel
this
demolition.
all the time.
How amazing is this?
I
you
love
cut
it.
the handle wide open, the metal goes all the way through.
You know what the best part is? Right. Sometimes, like, if I have to pull out, like, old fasteners that were, like, painted, boom. I set it on the fastener, tap it with a hammer, it knocks it right out, and then I can just back out my fastener. I love this.
100%. And this, you can actually put a little ratcheting wrench on here, right?
Oh, yeah.
You can do whatever you want to do. Then we have hex keys, SAE, metric, and Torx driver. And it's the ErgoStar one. So you turn one key, it opens up for you for easy access. Put the one you want, put it back in, boom, Bob's your uncle.
I like that.
That easy. Hang tight. Last but not least,
But there's more.
there's more, guys.
I like this a lot.
You got sockets, wrenches, extensions,
Yo.
deep sockets, regular sockets,
And
right?
these are, oh, this is stamped in there.
They're stamped in
So
there.
this isn't gonna rub off. Plus, it has, like, the nice logo on there.
The logo embedded.
I like that.
And then, very easy portable. So what do is, you just put all those heavy duty foam trays, stack them up on top of each other, right? This is a military grade, heavy duty, waterproof case. Just put it here, pull out the lock, boom,
Oh, that's nice.
Bob's your uncle. That easy.
You put some of your best stuff in here. It's not.
Well said. Exactly.
Yeah.
It's all the best top sellers, the
Yeah.
heavy hitters.
Yes.
The bike cuts, the ErgoStars. So that's one of my favorite kits. This is gonna be available Q1.
Yeah.
The retail SRP will be $14.99 on this.
Okay.
$14.99.
SRP. The backpack. This is one of my favorite tools. We're gonna launch this in Q1.
I gotta tell you, I liked your old backpack.
That was fantastic. The collab that we had with Vito
Yep.
was amazing.
Yes.
Now, this is our own version of the backpack that we have.
So this is your backpack.
This is our backpack. We have our soft grip handle in here. We have our heavy duty bottom.
I like that a lot.
Right? We have the YKK zippers.
Oh, yeah.
We have nice storage in here.
That's
Then
nice.
the back, we have a nice compartment for your laptop. Check it out.
Dude, I like the padding on the back. You know what I mean? You load this thing up.
Yeah. It's all the details, right?
You load these up. If they're not padded, it's gonna beat you up.
100%.
You know, I go at home at night when I have the backpack without the padding. My wife's like, "What's this? What are these black and blues on your shoulders? Who put them on you?" Not anymore. Not anymore, honey. I don't have to worry about no black and blues.
We're launching the backpack by itself, and we're gonna also have kits. So we're gonna have our top. We're gonna have an insulated kit and a basically mechanics version of the kit as well.
That's nice.
Full with tools.
How much the backpack?
It's gonna be $275 SRP.
That's cool. What else you got for me, Chief?
Let's go.
Wait a minute. Is this real or not?
This is actually going to be real.
Okay, because you promised this metal
Wait,
storage.
we're not messing around. I've been promising Vince, within the year time, we're gonna have this available, right?
We're gonna have this year, 2024.
2024,
That's
it's
gonna
coming.
And it's gonna be
WiHA. It's
WiHA.
WiHA.
Beautiful.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be WiHA.
This
Check
is
it out.
nice.
See, lock it.
Yo.
Yeah.
We just gave them our secret.
I like that.
Boom.
It comes up.
We have 18 different variations of our foam trays, and we keep expanding it based on popular demand. So we're like, okay, we need a nice storage for those. Look at this foam tray with the soft finish made in Germany, or the extra heavy duty made in Germany with the demolition driver. Or you can get a different flavor of the pliers or the sockets. We have them in 1/4 inch, 3/8, and 1/2 inch, SAE and metric. So you can get our foam trays because we have them in small, medium, large sizes.
Yeah.
And you can fit them right in here. So our big one, which is going to be our wrenches, it's going to fit here. And then you can have our medium and the small sizes and configure it to your own liking.
Yes.
Some people want the insulated, some don't want the insulated. You can just configure to what you want. And these first row will be just for your everyday tools without the foams, right?
This is great. How much is the box? If they were gonna outfit, you know?
I don't have a price on the box. I don't even want to assume the price on the kit.
Guess what?
But it's coming soon, guys.
It's coming soon. I have a price. It's up in here. Leave it down in the comment section below. How much do you think the box will be before you're outfitting with tools? I personally think that you're attracting so many young people that are coming into the trades because they see it offers great value for like some of the best engineered tools. Is it my
Vince,
imagination?
well said. You summarized it perfectly. And to your point,
Yeah.
we try to give everybody an opportunity to use our tools. So if you guys come here, I'm going to show you our screwdriver extravaganza. To your point right here.
Screwdriver extravaganza.
So we have a screwdriver extravaganza going on. We know we're the king of screwdrivers. We make made in Germany beautiful, the best screwdrivers in the world. We want everyone to have an opportunity to try them and feel them. So we came up with this promotion: 2, 5, and 10-piece sets. So you can buy a 2-piece soft finish, $12.99.
Wow.
Or $24.99. Or $74 for the whole tray. Or you can buy the extra heavy duty one for $29.99 2-piece. Or $64 for the 5-piece. And insulated for $14, $29, and $75 till end of this year, limited.
So this runs to the end of the year.
This runs to
and
the
this
end
is
of the year.
on your website?
It's on our website and to our stocking distributors that they have access
so
to.
you can
Yes.
get through a distributor.
Absolutely.
I think you guys should all check it out. Tell me about the new. Listen, I know you.
No. Yeah, I mean, one of my favorite, right? The hex keys, you've seen them, the magic ring with the little hole in
the magic ring
to hold it in place. We got the color-coded hex keys as well.
So spoiler alert, I was already told these are not new, but they're new. They have a new finish. These are beautiful like this.
Thank you.
I like them so much better, just with the brush finished over chrome.
It's funny, a lot of people say that.
Okay, I guess that's why you made the change.
Yeah. So
These are brand new though.
brand new 8, 10, and 12 adjustable wrenches with popular demand, and we have a 3-piece set as well.
What is the price on these?
You get a 3-piece made in Spain adjustable wrench set going on for $67.99.
Yo, and they're standard and metric.
We added the metric version of the color-coded nut setters. We always talked about that,
Yeah,
Biz.
you need
And now
them.
we added that. It's in stock. We're selling this. We have our TSD bits, one of my favorite bits, the 3.5-inch long bits, 2-inch and 1-inch long.
What's going on with the product line at Lowe's? Are you expanding that line?
Yeah, so we at Lowe's, we have our impact bit sets,
Yes.
the TSD blue, and we have a handful of pliers and multi-drivers in there. So we are on the wall for the power tools and accessories with all the blue bits and our color-coded nut setter and the 40-piece bit sets.
They're gonna have more SKUs.
Yeah,
coming?
I mean, we're doing really well with the
That's
the
good.
offering in there. When you have a premium brand,
Yes.
and you have a really competitive price point, and the customer is coming, is like, oh my God, I can get WiHA, the best brand, the best bit out there for a very competitive price point. It's a no-brainer. You can buy this 40-piece bit set for $29.99.
Yeah, I know.
Right? I know that this is one of our favorite tools, the 6-in-1. I call it James Bond, the slim line.
The James Bond.
33% narrower to fit in tighter spots with this locking mechanism. So a lot of our customers love this, but they're like, I want something more compact. We listened. So we came up with something called the Pocket Max. Insulated VDE slimline blades.
I love
and all
this.
these blades are interchangeable with the 6-in-1, with our Speedy, with the torque control. Slip it back here, hook in your pocket, take it all out, boom, you're good to go.
Bob's your uncle.
I know, Bob's your uncle. Crazy, right? The first insulated battery-operated screwdriver in the world. Got
Dude,
the
that
right
thing's
engine, right?
great.
Speedy back and forth. You
Is
can
this
adjust
brand
the
new or
torque.
no?
Right, we've had it for 3 years now, Speedy, and this is the second generation, which launched last year. That's 2.0.
Was the light always like this?
No, you're right. The light was always a dot.
I would have noticed that.
We improved the light. Great observation. It was a dot, and now we came all the way to the ring, so you can have a better
That's terrific.
clearance on this, right? Again, these blades are all interchangeable with this whole program.
It's a
That's the
system.
beauty. It's a system. It's a system.
Listen, here's the thing. Every time I come to this booth, or the booth, or your booth, I'm like, he can't, there's no way. But you outdo yourself every time, bro.
I appreciate that. It means a lot.
But the brand keeps doing more and more, and you are just like,
We are investing. We are committed to the market, to the end user, to the distributors, to the industry. We always want to innovate. We want to come up with new products that actually, that's why we call it WiHA, tools that work for you.
yeah, we have tools that work for you. Thank you, brother.
Brother, thank you so much.
And I feel like when we have Miran come on for a special appearance and smash the like button, it's free for you to do. It doesn't cost you a dime. You'll get 7 years of good luck. Leave it down in the comment section below. What do you think? And I know what a lot of you think, but we want to hear it. What do you think of WiHA, the new offerings? Do you use them? Do you love them? Do you hate them? I couldn't imagine why you would, but we want to hear it all below. With that, I want to say I appreciate each and every one of you for coming here. Thanks a lot, everybody. I hope to see you all on the next video. It's going to be more WiHA. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, brother.
Thank you, brother.
Yo, that was terrific.
Thank you so much.
Hey there, everyone. My name is Vince, and we are lucky to have Sam with us once again here in the Flex booth at STAFDA for 2023. I gotta be honest with you, bro. One of the most requested, personality, project manager, product manager?
Product specialist, yeah.
Product specialist. I'm gonna call him he's a personality. But I appreciate you having us in the booth.
Personality of Flex.
Sam, what do you have? I heard you got some new accessories for the tools.
Absolutely. We've got our Site Max abrasive line coming out in February of 2024.
These look a little different, bro.
Yeah, it's like we forgot a little bit of product. No, this allows for us to see right through the flap disc and see whatever material we're working on. See your bead and make sure you don't over abrade. There's zirconia grit, which is fantastic for these heavier metals, and the iron and sulfur free, so that it reduces bluing and transferring to whatever material you're working on. So I'm going to put it on 10,000 RPMs on our variable speed grinder. Check those out as well. And then the first thing you're gonna ask is, well, it's segmented, so isn't it gonna hang up? We love to do this demo where we take a 16-penny nail and put it between the deal. We can't do it here at STAFDA.
Okay.
And just grind it down to a nub. But I will show you, I'll put this in the most treacherous scenario that you could imagine.
Okay.
If you're trying to blend. I'm gonna take this corner and put it into this edge here. And this is on the lowest RPM as well, 3,500 RPMs. I'm trying to get it caught, and I just can't. Now, it's not great on the disc. But You're not going to get it caught. You're not fast enough to slip it in those gaps. Believe me, we've done a lot of work with this.
And the reality is, though, if you think about
And
this,
it's cut in a certain way that if you were to just get into that gap, it's going to bounce out.
the other thing is, though, if we were to take a normal blade and jam it in there, try to jam it in there, or you're going to have the breakage.
Yeah,
a wheel could fly off,
and it'll bounce on you.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I mean, I think
there's
it's
risk
all-
with every bonded abrasive, but
yeah, absolutely.
But you know the industry. Also have our world's thinnest cutoff disc, the razor slice cutoff disc, 0.024 inches thick.
Okay.
So it's going to reduce the amount of sparks. It's going to increase your cutting speed and just really be a phenomenal cutting disc.
That sounds crazy.
Yeah,
we can't do a demo here.
Can't do a demo.
No sparks, right? Is that what it is?
I don't know what it is. They balked at the pennies and the
Well, I guess we're going to have to make another video.
This will all be coming out 2024. We have a whole line of bonded abrasive. It's not just these two. These are our innovative products that we like to show off at STAFDA. The whole line of standard flap discs, combo discs, cut and grind, type 1 discs, everything.
That's awesome.
And we got some pretty good looking products over here. We're going to start with our Wave 2 items. Everyone's biggest request last year was where are the cabinets, where are the crates, and we delivered. So first of all, we have our cabinet box here. Fantastic for our wall storage. Anything that you need to store at eye level, it's fantastic for. But we also have our 3-drawer and our 2-drawer. Our 2-drawer is a little special. We got an oversized lower. I like that. Fit the circular saw. So we're gonna put the sidewinder back over here on the wall.
I could be wrong, but industry leading weight.
Yes.
You can carry more weight
Correct.
within your drawers than any other brand.
Rule of thumb, about 40% more than the industry standard than the other guys right now. But we are thicker, we are stronger, we have a better material, we have a greater carrying capacity, and that's fantastic when you're talking about something like our crate system here. 28% larger, 40% greater carrying capacity than the other guys, and it stacks and can continue to be stacked on all of our products. You can just customize
That's something else that I really love.
and keep it exactly how you want it to be made.
Yeah.
We already made a great video about this, showing people how to.
You're so flattering. Flattering gets you everywhere,
Hey,
Sam.
get a link to that video somewhere up here.
We're gonna put it right over here.
There we go. All right.
Thank
But yeah, we got some new accessibility items. 3/4 inch plywood on there, completely replaceable, and then pairs perfectly with our rolling dolly. 4 rubber caster wheels on these guys. Got a nice little hanging rail. Oh, don't let me forget this. All Wave 2, completely compatible with Wave 1. All your accessories, nothing is left behind. We'll go a little bit more into that in a minute. Perfect. But hang these guys right off of the front of your stack pack, roll it in, roll it out. 250-pound weight capacity, fantastic.
Guess what, though? You cannot get into a mall in the United States of America, anywhere, without rubberized non-marring wheels.
Yes,
So
correct.
it makes a big difference.
Same thing, yep, with our 9-inch wheels on our rolling box. Speaking of different ways that this can be used and different
like the
accessibility, the dolly allows you, Flex is big in the detailing industry.
Sure.
So it allows you to sit down. This is perfect detailing height. You can change the height based on the boxes. Fantastic for work on your car, work on your vehicle. You know exactly where all of your products are. It's a great roll-away storage and a seat option.
You know what I use
And
this
that's
for?
another benefit of the more dense material that we make our product with.
That's crazy. You're mentioning it. I use the dolly, and then I put like my extra rags, my clay bar, my spray in here, and I just move along.
What I do at my house is I take the side rack rail, and then I just take one of the screw bosses or the
Oh, that's a good
the cases,
idea.
and I put my coffee in it.
That's a good idea.
And then you can also just you can put anything on the side. Here, I'll show you how that works. Put it on the side rack rail here, and cup holder.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Then we also have our deep organizer box here, twice as thick as the standard organizer box. Very well constructed, IP65 rated all the way around the exterior. Very, very secure honeycomb dividers here, which are very sturdy, very overbuilt, and allow you to customize it to your liking.
I got a question. It's probably ridiculous, but I'm gonna ask it anyway. So there have been instances where we've run over some of the standard boxes, right? And frankly, I don't know if you can sign off on this, Sam, but I've even stood on some boxes. My question is there a rating for this box? Like, should we not stand on that?
Don't think I can speak to that.
Okay. You can't speak to it. All right, Sam. We appreciate
He's trying to
it.
get me in trouble. We do have some amazing wall mounting systems.
Yes.
Here we showing off our rack rail system. Holds up to 75 pounds on 16s, so very easy to install right into your studs. This allows us to hang any of our products with the rear screw bosses on the wall. And you know, gives you a whole new.
Sam, I think I'm slacking, Sam.
No, this piece is this metal piece is just a merchandiser. This is the wall rack right here.
It looks
Just
so
these two.
fancy. All right. I got thrown off.
But yeah, we need to make it clear that it's this
These
system. We do not have a panel option out there.
Gotcha.
So- Yeah, so this is the wall racking system up to 75 pounds and prepare. Fantastic. But what I love to do is to take these items right off the wall and put them on our front mount system. So the exact same receiving brackets allow you to do this front stack. So this allows, these boxes are empty, they normally wouldn't be,
Sure.
but tipping a little bit. But yeah, this allows for you to
Double your stack.
double your stack and go wherever you go. This is so relieving. It's so nice to have this. It just,
You know why it's great, though?
accessibility.
For me, why I really like this and the way it operates, generally, I'm stacking the boxes higher. My visibility forward or back has been cut. I can't see over the boxes anymore. I don't know where I'm directing them. Now I'm able to cut my stack in half and mount it towards the front. We're a little bit
Exactly.
wider now.
Yeah.
But, you know, shorter, wider.
Still get through the door.
I can still get through the door, yeah.
We also have our soft storage with our 16-inch tote, articulating handle. I believe we're the only ones on the market right now with an articulating handle, which is wild. But fantastic. Sticking with our modular philosophy, totally customizable on the interior.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So lots of options here. 1680 density polyester.
You know what I really love about this bag in particular,
Yeah, drop
and the thoughtfulness about it? Number one, I do like the articulating handle. I also, as an older gentleman, I like the padding you've added
Yes.
where it rides next to my body as I'm using it. You know, you young guys like Sam, oh, you know, I don't have to worry about whatever this and vibration and, you know, because you're young now. But when you get to my age, you'll see later on that things like this make a big difference.
People love our labels as well. People use these for more than just power tools. Honestly,
Sure.
A lot of people replace Pelican cases. You see our comments under our products. It's strange to see people go, I replaced my Pelican case with a toolbox, but
Yeah.
we'll take it.
I gotta tell you, the bits fit well. The sockets are
Oh yeah, the thin wall sockets. If you guys haven't seen our socket set, check them out. This comes in our 45 piece, this little socket option here. But our thin wall sockets are out of this world. So
pretty awesome.
check those out. This was the original idea behind all this. These cases that you can customize exactly to your liking, that makes getting in and out of the job site faster, makes you more efficient, and do better work, faster work.
Yeah.
Whatever your goal is. We also have a zero clearance folding shelf. Don't have it here today, but check out.
You can check
this
it out right
video.
here.
Yeah.
I appreciate you taking the
Hey,
time.
very lucky.
Thank you, Sam. We're at the World of Concrete for 2024, and we're in the DeWalt booth with what I think is some of the most exciting new offerings in the tool industry. We have two special guests that are going to go over all of it with us. You've seen them both on the channel before, and I'm excited to have them both here. Ricky,
Yes, Vince.
it is great to be here with you.
It's good to have you here, buddy.
Power Shift. I'm super excited about it.
550 watt hour battery here.
feel it.
Yeah.
Guess what?
It's 11 and a half pounds, pouch cell technology.
Ah, he's
it's-
giving us the goods. I love it.
Yeah,
All right.
so really slick setup here with this. I mean, it's all about power, ergonomics, and runtime.
Yeah.
If you can't deliver on that, I don't think you have a good electrified system.
Look at the size
Yeah.
of those connections in it. I love.
This battery, right? 5,000 thermally stable watts coming out of this thing, man. That's like the equivalent of a 6.5 horsepower gas engine. So like, if you think about the places we'll go and the things we'll power, like let your mind go wild.
You know, it's funny. So I saw some press materials, and none of it actually, it talked about like watts and all, but none of it talked about horsepower.
Yeah.
And I think when we get into small equipment like this, for apples to apples, it makes sense to talk in those terms, no?
Yeah, exactly. So you got a lot of energy.
Yes.
Now you got to put it back in. You got to charge it.
Yes.
So this is our brand new charger.
Yo, look at the size of that.
Yeah, big turbo.
Yo, it's like a bus bar
Yeah.
on an electrical, like a huge electrical panel. It's big.
It is, and so we can charge this 0.5 kilowatt battery pack
Yes.
in under an hour.
That's really awesome.
This is our standard charger. You don't have to like go buy a special one. Like, dude, day one.
You said this is a standard. Is there a plan for a rapid charger?
Let's see what the future holds, Vince.
I like
you know?
it. I like it.
But this is what we'll launch with.
Okay.
Here's the other big thing. We know that site power can be really tricky sometimes.
Sure.
But, you know, if you're going to electrify, you also need to recharge.
Yes.
Make sense?
Yeah, totally.
You can put 2 of these on a single 15 amp circuit
And not blow it.
and not trip it. That's right. So this will also connect to our tough system. So, right, on our rolling box, that half box.
I like that.
So you can store your packs inside the rolling box. You can clip 2 chargers on the top, right? You can go out to the job wherever you are, keep your pack safe. If you want to have a stationary mount, you'll notice that we've got holes, so that way you can either mount it against a wall, or you can mount it flat. Let's keep moving.
Yes, sir.
I'll trade you. And so, you know,
I'm gonna just spoiler alert. This is when I saw that this was part of the system.
yeah.
I really thought to myself, they really, you know, DeWalt has its users in mind.
Yeah, backwards compatibility has always been at the forefront of our mind. When we launched, you know, our 20 volt max system, we had an 18 volt to 20 volt max adapter.
Yep.
When we did flex volt, you
Yep.
could go between 20 volt and 60 volt power tools. And now with power shifts, you have the ability to bridge between.
This is great. The connection is robust. I love it.
Yeah, so you have the ability now, and our users look at this like it's a get out of jail free card.
We could use this to extend the runtime. We can't use it to power this equipment, but it will extend the runtime. Is that correct?
Yeah, so it'll give you, you know, depending on the product, another 10 or 15 minutes of runtime.
But that is additional time to get the job complete. It's also, if you're leveraging these multiples, it might be 1 or 2 packs that you don't need to buy of Power Shift, and it's saving you money. I like it. I think it's thoughtful.
It's our 132 pound rammer, and you can compact up to 18 inches of soil with this thing.
Okay.
It's unbelievably powerful. We put up a sealed brushless motor on it.
Okay.
All right. I mean, I'll tell you, on Tuesday morning, it was wet out here.
Sure.
We were the only ones out here running and making noise. We were working through it, you know?
Yeah.
The other big thing is, when we look at this, we did a patented soft start. If you ever
Okay.
run a gas one of these things, you get it going, it kind of can get like a bucking Bronco.
Sure.
This thing is so smooth, it starts up so easy. I mean, you have like the most control with our rammer. The other big thing that we did is all of the controls between the rammers and the plate compactors all function the same.
As far as serviceability, let's
Yeah.
just say something happens.
Sure.
Which this thing has got a nice roll cage here. I can't imagine
Yeah.
but just say on the off chance switching was damaged.
Sure.
What do we do? We bring it into a local.
Yeah, just go into the local DeWalt service center and they'll be able to fix it right up. I mean, that's the
awesome.
beauty of it, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. This is great. We doing a demo? We doing a demo? Am I doing a demo?
You run it. I know how it works.
Thank you very much.
We care about your hearing, Vince. We love you.
Ricky wanted to put these in before the interview started. He said. That's what he said.
So it's an in,
Okay.
in and down.
Oh, in and down here.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll fire it up real quick to show you,
Beautiful.
and then you're off to the races.
Thank you.
High and a low.
Okay.
So in.
Oh wow, nice. Oh, it stopped. Gotcha.
Really clean, really simple.
Yeah.
Not complex.
Yeah.
Which
Well,
is fun.
that's good. I'm like a caveman. That's good.
tool is tuned and the power is being transmitted into what I'm working on instead of the person working on it.
Yeah, you
means-
got to take care of your body.
Yes.
You got to keep your hands working. That's how you make money. You got to stay in the trades a while.
Well, thank you for you saying it instead of me having to say it,
Yeah,
but it's the truth.
Yeah, and we believe that, and that's why everything you see that we do is focused around that.
Yes.
Same sealed motor and sealed electronics that you saw on the rammer, you see on this. This is our forward plate compactor.
Okay.
Okay, either 3,300 foot-pounds of impact force or 15 kilonewton. 40 centimeter plate, so about 17-inch long plate. Again, same controls though, right? Our wheel kit will come on it day one.
Okay.
We'll also include the water tank, and so water tank's really important for those that are doing edges of asphalt, right? Because if you don't have water, the plate will stick to the asphalt. We've also seen a lot of our site prep guys, and they're wanting to keep the dust down.
Yes.
They don't look like pig pen, So.
Yeah, it's great, man.
Yeah, the other thing that we did here, though, if you notice this angle on the handle, we set it up so that way it kind of forces you to lift it a little bit with your hands, because we want you off the stops. You'll notice the giant isolators. You don't want to put the vibration into your hands.
Gotcha.
Right, so we push you to not do that.
Gotcha.
Right,
It's
so again, we're talking protecting the body.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to do.
We push in and down.
Yep, that handle will roll right forward too for storage and for lifting.
Your lift spots are built in.
Yeah, already all lifted in, and then if you do have to grab it by hand, up front we've got a dedicated lift spot, so it's like, hey, so you can use the adapter on any one of the Power Shift tools. It's not like, oh, you can use it on this but not that.
Yes.
The adapter works on all tools. We recommend the 15 amp hour for the best experience.
Sure.
We know there's a ton of 9s out there, but like anything else, right? The larger the gas tank, the longer anything will run. So
while we're here,
you want to try to run it with the adapter?
Can you show us how it gets put on and installed?
Sure. Yeah. Honestly, I think you should do it because it's that easy.
So wait a minute. I'm all right. This is the adapter, right? The flex volt battery's in here, and then we're just installing it here.
Done.
Okay. Now this is the part I think everybody was confused about. All right, we're gonna start it like normal. That's all I had to do.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the deal, bro. I think from the press materials that we had, we were all under the assumption that this adapter somehow fit onto that battery, and it was just to extend the runtime of a pack.
No, it's the tool. So it's like I said, it's your get out of jail free card. Like, hey man, my guys forgot to charge your battery, or hey, you know what? I depleted my packs. I got like 3 more minutes, 5 more minutes, 10 more minutes, whatever it is, right? To do something.
Yeah.
Go get one of my flexible packs, pop it in and go. So we've compacted our base.
Yes.
Let's go build on that base. Okay. We got our garden, our feng shui garden over here, right? We raked it all out.
Yeah.
So
can I make a little?
If it would make your heart happy,
it will soothe my soul.
So we are delivering to the market a chassis.
Yes.
We are not delivering bars. We understand that the contractor has thousands and thousands of dollars in bars, and the ones that they like and the ones that they love.
Okay.
I'm not here to tell you what's the best one to use. Okay?
That's awesome.
And so the team, you'll notice we have on this screed right here, as he's running it, we have one of the extrusion styles.
Okay.
The bar over there is one of the L-shaped styles. You know, not every job's the same, and you change the bars around a lot.
Yeah.
So there's these little aluminum caps, these sealed caps on the end.
Okay.
Yeah, we patented that to capture the hardware. because when you have to change them out, typically you're actually going through hardware because it gets all caked up with the concrete.
Sure.
When you go take it out, you strip the threads, and now it's a problem. With ours, you don't run into that because it's sealed. You just come right through the back, remove the fastener, and it's a really pretty drama-free experience.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. This one we have set narrow, that one we have set narrow, the other one we set up there wide.
Yes.
We set it up because everybody has a different shape, size, and body, and what they like and what they love.
Yes.
You can configure this, you know, throttle on the right, throttle on the left, narrow, wide, whatever you like, we can set up. And it's easy for the operator or the user to do. It's pretty incredible. I mean, it's got more than enough power to push a 16-foot bar.
Yeah.
And when we talk power, you can break a cold joint with this. A fresh cold joint you can break with this screen.
Okay.
We're seeing like 90 plus minutes of runtime on this on a single battery charge.
That's awesome.
That's continuous. That's not on, off, on, off, on, off like you see in the cycle. That's like zip tie the throttle on and go 90 minutes without stopping. You can run this unit. This is our backpack vibrator. We also
So you have two flavors of vibrator, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
backpack and power pack. And
Okay.
so, I mean, here's the big thing to know, or two big things to know. 60 minutes of continuous runtime. 5 pounds lighter than gas, and it will run for 30% longer than gas. So we use a high-frequency brushless motor in here that spins the eccentric, and that's how we go and extend this runtime and really go and put out at a high level. I mean, our users today are going, that our development partners are going absolutely crazy over what we've delivered. Something unique that we're doing is this connection. It's a patented connection for us. We're gonna have heads and shafts available up to 21 feet long. And so this connection spins 360 because we know it can get really hard to manipulate them. Boom, so you get it close enough, you align it, and then you push down and you lock it and go. You'll notice that on our harness, we run high vis on any of these tools that we know are used quite often at night.
Sure.
We want the worker to be seen.
That's good.
It's absolutely critical. And so this is all high vis reflective. All Power Shift tools will have hidden reflectivity. It just looks like it's black.
But when you're
At night,
But at night,
these accents will all light up because they get hit
even
with
on
a
the battery.
flashlight
I like
everywhere.
that.
We've done it on all of them because
yo, when you're rounding up at the end of the night, you're like, oh, where's that last battery?
yeah,
you find it easier.
Well, how about if I made that easier? What if I told you that all of Power Shift is fully connected? Packs and tools are all connected with integrated connectivity.
That's awesome.
Where's my stuff? How much of it do I have? Right, so you'll hit those two features day one. Shortly after launch, we're gonna deliver utilization. So if you're a business owner, right, you'll know how often you're using that equipment. You'll notice those little black boxes on the corner.
Oh, I see that.
Yeah, that's the DeWalt gateway. And so we're pinging. I can see how long this specific vibrator ran yesterday, how many batteries in and out, how many minutes.
Right.
I know everything about this tool.
That is awesome.
And then we have the Power Pack vibrator. This is the
So this is the backpack, this is the power pack.
Yep, so anything going flat work, anything horizontal, think anything vertical, like our columns over there.
Gotcha.
And so, you know, all the awesome stuff that the backpack had is also in here,
Okay.
plus one more thing, wireless tool control. So you can turn it on manually. I put it in wireless tool control mode. Now I can remotely operate the vibrator.
I love the option.
Yeah, exactly. So when we launch this, we're gonna launch 4 different head sizes. We'll have 2 3/8, 2 inch, 1 3/4, 1 1.5 inches. And then we'll have shaft lengths available at 7 foot, 10 foot, 16 foot, and 21 foot day one. So you'll have a combination
That's a lot of options, a lot of solutions.
So this is our brand new 6-inch core drill, Vince, and this thing is awesome.
Dude, I saw pictures of it at first. I'm like, wow, that thing is compact.
You pull it off the stand,
Yeah.
You can use FlexVolt on it,
That's awesome.
right? So the same
Right,
batteries that are-
directly on, no adapter, no
Dude,
nothing.
I'm gonna
That
plug
is-
in. This is it.
That is awesome.
Right. The core drill itself has anti-rotation technology because it's part of our Performer Protect line. You know, it's got the 3-speed transmission, with, come on, you gotta have, but big thing is, you know, nice oversight so you can see, hey, here's how I can get the best performance out of my product.
I like that.
Right? Handhelds, right? You got your water connection, and then this is how you adjust the water, so that way you never have
flow.
to take the tool out of
That's awesome.
your hand. See this?
So that's the connectivity, right?
That talks to this water tank.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
But this thing is compact and
Yeah.
versatile. I love light and handy, bro. This
So-
is great.
Here's what's great about this. When you put it on the stand,
Yes.
or even handheld, this has the closest to wall or to ceiling clearance in the whole industry, Vince. When you put it on the stand, controls,
Yeah.
right and left and right are all the same.
Ambidextrous.
Absolutely. This is all available in September. The core bits will be available in the February-March timeframe.
That's
so
nice.
we'll have our own line.
I love how it's marked out too, the graduations.
So water tank will also be available in March. 9-inch cutoff saw,
Yes.
DCS 692.
This will work with that.
This will work with that. So the tens of thousands of those saws that are out in the market today, they don't need to go buy a new saw, Vince. So this is Power Shift. These are the 6 tools that'll come, available in September. Everything will be sold as a kit, right? So it's 2 Power Shift packs,
Sure.
right? And a charger. The adapter is available separately. The core drill will be the only one that's a little different because you can buy it as a handheld unit.
Okay.
And that'll come with those 15 amp hour packs. Or you can buy it as the stand configuration. It'll be the drill, stand, 2 packs, and the charger.
So me personally, this is one that I've actually been in the market for. I need a new core drill. Cost-wise, can you give me a cost for those configurations?
So on the unit on the stand will live around somewhere between 5,500 and 6,000.
Okay, beautiful. Perfect. That's great stuff.
Yeah.
Is that all Power Shift?
This is Power Shift.
I want more. I guess we're gonna have to wait a little bit for the rollout. And if you want more, then smash the like button. It's free for you to do. It doesn't cost you a dime. Plus, you'll get 7 years of good luck. Ricky, I want to say thank you for having us in the booth and all the information. Listen, you're probably upset that the video's over like I am. I did want more. Good news is that we have more DeWalt coming up right after this. You're gonna love it. We're at the World of Concrete for 2024, and we're in the Milwaukee booth with Brandon, who's got a whole bunch of new innovations. So many innovations, he said this is going to be a feature-length film, so strap yourself in. Brandon, what do you got for us?
We got the world's first battery construction submersible pump. The MX Fuel 1 horsepower 2-inch submersible pump. This pump pumps anywhere with no generator. On your GC job sites, there's a lot of mobile pumping. You got to drag a generator around. Now with this solution, simple backpack, pick up the pump. Now you can go pump out puddles, forms, trenches, you name it. On top of that, saves time and pumps longer because we've got electronics. You can run this pump in high, you get 20 minutes or over 2,000 gallons.
Wow.
Or tune it down to low. You're gonna extend your run time all the way up to 2 hours and over 5,000 gallons.
Wow.
We also have auto shut off. This pump will automatically detect when the water goes below the impeller and it'll turn that pump off. Now you don't gotta worry about your pumps running dry and burning out. And then it'll detect when that water's back on and turn the pump back on again.
That's awesome. So it's a built-in fluid.
You got it, yep. It'll adapt to flow too. What I'm holding here is the remote for the 2-inch 1 horsepower submersible pump. The cool thing about this, not only can you turn the pump on and off remotely, but it provides the notifications to the user. It lets you know battery status. It'll alert you if there's low battery. If there's low water, it'll alert you, and it shows what mode it's pumping. Not only does it light up, it'll also vibrate. So you can put this in your pocket, walk away, and you'll be notified when the pump changes status or you need to go check on it.
Awesome. You're talking about 2,000 gallons in 20 minutes, and then 5,000 gallons in how many hours?
2 hours.
2 hours. Which battery are they doing that on?
That's with our XC60 battery. So if you upgrade to our HD12, those times will even double.
Okay. What is price point?
Yep. So this is gonna come fully kitted with an XC battery, our standard charger, the pump console, and the submersible pump for $24.99, and it'll be available in July of 2024.
Awesome.
I'm gonna pull the plate over,
Whoa.
and then we'll talk about both of them.
Nice. You're telling me that this battery operated.
Yep. Most productive. We have the fastest travel speed without sacrificing compaction. We are still delivering the same compaction that you'd expect from your competitive gasoline 70 kg rammers.
Wow. So when we're buying this, right, it's kitted with the forged lithium?
You got it. This will come kitted just like our plate compactor with 2 HD 12V batteries. Those are the largest, most powerful batteries we make, as well as our supercharger.
What if I had some non-forged batteries? Can I run my rammer on that?
Absolutely. You're just going to see less run time, right?
So less run time.
Yep. So this is our HD 12V compared to a 6.0. You should expect the run time to essentially half.
Okay.
Yep. But the point is, in the event that you're in a pinch, you need to finish up a job, and you've got an XC6.0 sitting there,
yeah,
you can pick that up, slide it in, and finish out your job.
That's great. We won't see, like, there's no, so I'm saying, like, there's no reason not to run those batteries. There's no loss in performance. It's just a runtime thing.
Yep, that's correct.
All right, cool. Can I give her a test run?
Yeah, you bet.
I'm gonna put it on.
Yep. This is an incredibly balanced tool.
I'll say.
So much that if I get it running on flat ground, we also have tip detect, which is a pretty cool safety feature. It'll automatically shut off if you lose control of the tool.
That is cool. I gotta hand it to you. This thing is, it's pretty awesome.
It's a fun tool.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what though? I gotta tell you, I could use one of these. I could use one of these compactors. So I'm gonna have to take a good look at it. Are you running it or am I?
Cool, man. You want to run it? Take it.
Same thing as before?
Same thing with one difference. We're the only plate compactor in the market with reverse now.
I wouldn't have even considered running a half-inch cordless drill because it wasn't powerful enough.
Yeah.
To see how far we've come with batteries, look at what we're running now.
Yeah.
It is really, really impressive.
That's the capability of our MX system, and especially with our new red lithium-ion forged batteries. So on our 20s plate compactor with an HD 12V, you get 35 continuous minutes of runtime, but because of our travel speed, that's over 5,000 square feet, over a basketball court on one battery. On the rammer, you have over 25 minutes of runtime, which translates to over a quarter mile of continuous linear feet of compaction. Cool feature about this too, simple folding handlebar. You can drop it down, hook it, strap it, carry it across the job site. It'll fit under most tonneau covers.
That's
when
awesome.
You're not using it, you can slide it under a shelf for storage. There's no gas headaches. We've removed the engine. No choking, no priming, no pulling. But more importantly, there's a ton of compaction that happens indoors.
Yeah.
So no gas headaches, no breathing in those fumes.
This is important stuff to me. I think it would be important to them too. So
Yeah.
I never want to gloss over that stuff. It's that attention to detail that makes the difference between Milwaukee and maybe other brands.
Beyond compaction, beyond site prep, everything we do at Milwaukee is focused on delivering productivity and improved safety on the job site. That's always core. When we're going to go into a new product, a new tool, a new piece of equipment, we're constantly thinking, how can we improve productivity and the safety standards around this type of equipment?
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think the tradespeople appreciate that.
So the plate compactor is available today. The full kit with 2 HD 12V batteries and a supercharger retails for $54.99.
Okay.
The rammer's going to be available later this summer. Same kit configuration with 2 HD 12V batteries and a supercharger. It's going to retail for $64.99. Where we may have been a little challenged compared to gas on runtime, because we have that longer runtime, that faster recharge cycle, now we're expanding our ability to be more a replacement, not just a supplemental solution, which when we originally launched this program with the XC 6.0 batteries and the CP, in a lot of cases we were more just
I know what you mean.
yeah, more supplemental, more replacement for those indoor solutions.
Yeah, like the edge scenarios where you couldn't use gas.
Yep, exactly.
It's not that way anymore. You've moved past that, it seems.
We're going to continue to push that dynamic.
We appreciate the time that you spent with us. It's really insightful, and it's really great to kind of get your insight on the direction of the product line in itself.
Yeah, I appreciate you stopping by. It's always a pleasure, man.
I appreciate that.
Yeah.
If you
Good seeing
appreciate that, then smash the like button. It's free for you to do. It doesn't cost you a dime. Plus, it'll let Brandon know that you want to see more of him on the channel, and that means that we will have him in future videos.
Let's do it.
We need the likes button. Gotta hit it. All right, everybody. We're gonna go over to a high cycle vibrator. We'll see you on the next one.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks
brother.
so much, man.
I appreciate
Yeah.
it. We're at World of Concrete for 2024, and we're in the Diablo booth with Russell Cole, who is the CEO. And I gotta tell you, I really appreciate you taking some time to actually talk with us.
You bet.
Russell, every time I come to a show or see the product, or even use the products, I say to myself, I can't imagine that there's a way for Diablo to make this product better. And it seems like you are constantly improving. What's the direction? How do you keep this pace up?
Our ability to connect with, we come from the school of if we're willing to listen, our customers are going to tell us everything we need to know. And so what do we know? We know that this market is very dynamic and changing very quickly. And so as tools have radically changed, whether they're adding more power, maybe they're new in terms of new applications, the whole cordless momentum, the world has shifted for them very significantly. And so what we want to make sure is that we are allowing each tool to realize their full potential.
We're making the power tools better, we're making the job safer, and we're creating productivity and putting real money back in the contractor's pocket. So,
I agree.
masonry drilling, the market was at a 2-cutter insert, limited technology, because in clean concrete you're okay till that bit wears down, but when you hit rebar, which is not if, it's when you're gonna hit
Yes.
it, you had to go get a rebar cutter, right?
10 years ago, rebar was only around 40 to 45% in structures. Now it's 70, 80, and that's not going to slow down with codes increasing.
Sure.
Another $45, $50, $60 tool, depending on the diameter. And now you got to put your drill in rotary mode, grind your way through there, the clock's ticking, right? And if you're drilling hundreds of holes, that's a lot of time.
And the other thing is that when you're drilling through that rebar, you don't know how thick it is.
Right.
Eventually you're going to hit cement or concrete.
Right. And now you got to go back and switch back to your other bit.
Yeah, and if you might have destroyed this bit, no?
That's correct. But with the rebar demon, again, we launched this 3 years ago. That was a breakthrough, right? Because you could hit rebar, just stay in hammer mode, and just keep on rolling.
Straight through. I love this bit.
Right. Now the challenge was on the job site, as you're drilling, you're creating what?
You're creating particulate in the air.
You're putting out particulate out in the air, right? So why is that bad, right? Now you're exposing the end user, you're exposing who's next to you.
Sure.
You've probably got somebody with if you're gonna deal with it, they're gonna have a vacuum around,
yep.
right? So they're gonna be having to work through that. And then if they're gonna go and set chemical or mechanical anchors, right? Now they gotta make sure they have a clean hole before they continue.
You gotta evacuate that
so
hole.
Safety and structural integrity, it's critical that we keep those two things. We wanna address those. Now, what happened to the market? The market introduced a hollow bit, right? But you can see it's still a limited amount of carbide. It's a hollow.
Yeah.
So you lose all that structural integrity, and those holes are small, very limited volume. Any kind of moisture, this bit gets clogged up.
Yep.
So now, and these bits are expensive,
Oh yeah.
right? So you're looking at $15, $16. You get up into a hollow bit, now you're at $70, $80, $100, $200, depending on the diameter, you're over $200. I mean, this bit here is over $200, right? So now you're clogged up, you got a boot, limited volume coming through. It's not a good situation, and now that dust, you're back to dust is everywhere.
And my whole thing is that if it performed,
Right.
maybe it would be an easier sell. There's so many problems with this bit.
Right.
It becomes a hard sell at $200 a piece.
Yeah, and you're, again, now the dust is in the air.
Yeah.
And you're not properly prepared for your anchor.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, so let's give it a go. Let's drill a couple holes. You mind drilling for me?
No, I don't mind at all.
All right. So,
What are we drilling with? The new solution?
no, I'm gonna let you drill with
The old solution.
That's correct. All right, AM3 bar Demon. Let's talk about anchor installation. Right?
Okay.
Whether we're going chemical for doweling.
Yes.
Right? Whether it's rebar, all thread, whatever it might be. Right? What do you got to do? You got to drill your hole, and then the specifications of the anchor system is a blow brush blow. Right. You got to blow your hole. You got to blush your hole. You got to make sure you got it clean. Right. Now, in the meantime, you're putting all that dust out in the air.
Sure.
Whether you're drilling horizontal, vertical overhead, all those, you're creating a lot of dust in your face. So, yep, roger that. Wow, look at that. One hole. Let's say he's got hundreds to do. You know, that's a lot of dust out there, right?
Absolutely.
Right?
Blow, brush, blow.
Yeah, I'll do this because I don't want to do it.
You
all
gonna
over you. Yeah. All right, I forget which hole it
We're
was.
right here.
You sure? Yeah?
Yeah.
You good? Yeah. I gotta hit it like 2 or 3 times.
All right, brush.
Yeah. You still got a lot of dust, right?
Yeah. You might want to blow
But
over.
you gotta blow it again. You gotta get 2 or 3 more. They're still at incremental, right? You gotta carry these around.
Yeah.
Or you got an air compressor, or you got somebody else, another laborer behind you with a vacuum trying to deal with all that.
Right.
Right? And then you could go installing your rebar, installing your all thread, you're putting your anchors in, right? So it's a lot of time involved. Now, let's go to the real solution. Connect that in there.
We all good?
Yeah. How'd it feel?
That's great.
Yeah?
That's great. Not only was I amazed at the reduced particulate,
Yep.
I feel like the hole drilled a lot faster, easier.
Yep. That's correct, right? More efficiency, right? You're getting that material out of the way.
Yeah.
It's allowing the bit to do its work. So we did have a little surface, right?
Of course.
Right, but now we want to go to our install. That's right. What?
That's great.
Yeah. So I don't even need to brush. I don't need to do this step. Now I can go from drill
Straight to setting
fill.
your fastener.
Drill to fill,
That's awesome.
right? Now, what if you're overhead? You need smaller for TAPCon sizes, right?
Okay.
Still got a solution. Overhead drilling, you're allowing that depth, still getting that dust out of the way. You got deep hole drilling. You know, if you're putting in number 9 bar for SDS Max.
Yeah.
Again, we got the ability to full carbide head, hitting rebar, keep on going. Getting the dust out of the way, you're ready for anchor.
So maybe I'm overseeing something, right?
No, you're not.
What is the cup? What is the cup and spring for? I'm confused.
Yeah, the smaller sizes, right? 3/8 and below, right? Your TAPCon mainly 3/16 quarter inch.
Okay.
But you're also 5/16 quarter, you know, so for 3/8, 5/16 and quarter inch, a lot of times you're up top.
Yeah.
You saw that surface debris, so it catch that surface
So
debris.
that's what it does.
Roger
It
that.
That's
And
awesome.
let that compress down and get your hole, but you're still getting them. And oh, by the way, I can take this on a little guy, and I can go to the 5/8. I can go to 3/4. I can go to 1 inch SDS plus.
So when this is sold,
Right.
this is.
You buy that and the adapter separately.
Okay, so
Right.
the adapter comes separate.
Yep.
This comes as a unit.
Yes, correct.
So you're not always having to pay for this part.
Right. So the older system, you know, if you had the old hollow bit,
That was it.
as soon as that wore out, you're done.
Done.
This wore out, that wore out, you're
Gotcha.
done. Right?
What Diablo has done is instead of using that hollow style bit like Steven showed you previously, they've taken this bit, it remains solid. So you have all the structural integrity of the bit. You're not losing anything.
Right. There you go. Now you can see
That's
it.
the bit,
Still
right? So
solid,
we have
right?
that full cutter head.
Right. Getting the dust into the flutes, getting it through the stainless steel tube.
it travels through the stainless steel tube, into the adapter, into the vacuum cleaner. Here's a question.
Okay.
Cost-wise, what are we talking for the innovation here? Because there's got to be R&D, there's got to be study, there's got to be a lot goes into this. So what are we talking cost-wise compared to?
Again, and this is where we're going to make this accessible and affordable to the end user. And that's where we're again, we're amped up about this thing is because, again, let's call it, this is a standard SDS Plus bit full carbide head.
Gotcha.
2-cutter. Again, let's call it $17, $18. The Diablo rebar demon, $23, $24. The hollow bit version, $200. We're looking at $50 to $60.
So this would be 50, 60 bucks.
That's what we're, again, depending on the diameter, but I'm just saying for that,
for generally for
size.
this specific,
Yep, for that
specific
5/8,
size.
that's what we're looking at.
And here's the thing. I think that Diablo, in coming at a price point like that, you're going to see where maybe previously tradespeople, contractors balked
Right.
at maybe a benefit. There's no good reason not to use this solution at that price point. It's safer. Like, I understand it's safer. Like, there's less particulate in the air.
Right.
But the reality, where the rubber meets the road, this is going to make you more money because it's faster. You don't have to evacuate those holes. You're going to get a better adhesion from your anchoring system.
Productivity,
Yes.
durability, speed, safety.
Yes, it's awesome.
Yeah.
This, in my opinion, will be widely adopted. Mark it down.
Hey,
Steven, you
thanks for the time.
never cease to amaze me. Thank you for having us in the booth. I know this is like a huge event, and I appreciate you just taking the time with us to explain this all.
Absolutely.
As a tradesperson and as a small business owner, love that Diablo's focus is in creating and continuing to create value. And one of the key talking points around a lot of the products is more runtime. And I don't know if people really that are watching realize how that translates into dollars and cents, because battery packs and batteries have a finite life cycle, right? They can only be charged and discharged so many times. And that means if you have to replace those battery packs because they're no longer will take a charge, it's going to cost you money. And Diablo continues to just innovate and hone their product to deliver 60 and 65% more runtime from cordless tools. That really impacts us tradespeople. And I know it's got to be a focus. Is it a focus, or is it just a byproduct of what you're already doing? Or?
Great question. Great. The answer is pretty much more of a byproduct. When you design to cut more efficient, good things happen. So if you're cutting more efficient on a corded product, you're drawing, most of our products, even this product we showed you earlier, draws 35% less amp draw on the product. Well, that's easier for the user to push. It's easier for the cutting tool to work. And when all that happens, good thing, noise drops down, so that's a safer environment. The blade's cutting more in line, so it's cutting cleaner. And think of it like a tire. If a tire isn't properly balanced, you're the best tire out there, you have a nice Pirelli. If it's not balanced right, you're gonna get a rough ride and it's gonna wear prematurely. And a lot that's happening similar to a power tool.
We're with an expert in metal cutting for Diablo Tools, Blair. We have a whole bunch of new technology that's actually too much for me to wrap my mind around. That's why we have the expert here, because I would do a terrible job of explaining this. What can you tell us about this Cermet technology, how it's going to make people more effective, keep them safer, not have to get a burn permit, all kind of good stuff?
Yeah, absolutely. So let's talk about cutting heavy gauge steel. I got a big piece of tube steel here. This is a 1/4 inch wall, 2.5 inch square tube, standard construction steel. We're going to show you a more traditional way that people have cut it. In the past, people have used an abrasive cutoff saw, and we're going to show you what you can expect from that. It's going to take a long time to cut. Because it takes so long, you're going to generate a lot of heat in that process. It's going to get super hot. You're going to make a heavy burr. You're going to get discoloration. You're definitely not going to be able to grab it if you don't have gloves on. So we're going to show you the standard method, then we're going to show you a better solution. Here's our 14-inch Cermet metal cutting circular saw blade. We're going to make a faster, more efficient cut. We'll show you all the benefits there with that cutting process.
Before you do that, is it fair for me to say that those carbide are just so shiny and sparkly. This is almost like jewelry.
That's right.
It's gonna be like, I'm gonna be like the new Flavor Flav. I'm gonna wear this around my neck.
Public enemy number one.
You can get a chain for that.
Yo!
All right, we're gonna start with abrasive disc. I'm definitely gonna wanna wear this, and you'll see why in just a second. When it takes you 70 seconds to make a cut like that, you're gonna generate a lot of heat in that process. That heat is gonna leave a heavy burr. It's gonna leave discoloration. If you want or value the finish quality at all, you're definitely gonna have to go back and clean that up. I'm definitely gonna be holding this with a tool, not with gloves. I'll show you why. Wow. This piece right here is about 500 to 700 degrees, so you're not gonna be able to touch that for a while.
Blair, even the plexiglass is warm.
I know, I'm getting a little worried about it.
That's crazy.
So if you don't want burring, you don't want discoloration, you want faster, better cuts, we're gonna show you the solution for that. This is our 14-inch, 72-tooth Cermet metal cutting circular saw blade. When you cut quickly and effectively like that, you don't generate the same temperatures that you would otherwise. I can touch this with my bare hand. It's a few degrees warmer than it was before we started. You're not gonna have the heavy burring and discoloration. You're gonna have a nice clean finish. If you need to weld it up, you're ready to go.
Yeah, whole bunch less to clean up on that. Fabricators probably loving this. But I just picked that up with my bare hand. It's innovation, bro. So this is for heavy metal and steel.
These are great for tube steel, especially you're gonna do fast cuts that don't require hardly any cleanup. In addition, you can do miter cuts. So if someone wanted to do 45s on a tube steel frame, they work ace. They're excellent for that.
Do you have a solution for maybe thin metal or other solutions in this segment that you could show us?
I'm glad you asked. So as you may have heard, we manufacture our own blends of carbide. We have over 20 varieties of carbide that we tailor to every application. The benefit of that is that we can optimize the properties for every individual application. We're gonna have a totally different composition for a thick metal blade than we would with thin metal. So when we go to a thin metal blade, we're not generating the same heat in that profile. What's actually happening is this material, because it's so thin, is gonna vibrate a lot. That vibration is gonna cause a lot of problems with all that movement. You risk fracturing the teeth. So the Diablo solution to that, we're gonna have dedicated options for thin metal and thick metal. When we go from thick metal, we're gonna have fewer teeth. We're gonna have a Cermet blend that resists the higher temperatures. When we go to thin metal, we're gonna have a higher tip count. It's gonna take a smaller chip, it's gonna reduce vibration, and we're gonna optimize the blend of carbide that we produce to resist the fracturing.
And this is also for working with stainless.
You got it. So that's another key point with the Cermet. Because it has the ability to withstand the higher operating temperatures, you can cut stainless steel, which is not something you could generally do with a standard steel cutting blade. You're gonna have to go buy a dedicated blade. You're gonna spend 3 or 4 times what you would on a typical mild steel cutting blade.
So this is crazy. So not only do you have various blade sizes, depending on exactly what metal, it looks like what I'm seeing here, you have different teeth counts. This is terrific. This is a terrific solution. We have a demo you're doing here?
This is a great solution. We're gonna show you that you can actually take metal cutting circular saw and you can cut what has historically been cut with a 9-inch gas saw. Anyone who's used the gas saw before knows what that experience is like. You're gonna make a slow cut. You're gonna do the same thing over here. You're gonna generate sparking. You're gonna generate a lot of heat. You're gonna make a heavy burr that you're gonna have to go back and clean up. We're gonna show you what that experience is like and how it's different when you use metal cutting circular saw blade.
I'm gonna stand in.
It's a little bit faster than a gas saw.
Faster? Yeah, way faster.
It's gonna leave a nice clean finish on there. You're not gonna have any burring to worry about. It's gonna be a lot easier to make a square cut than if you're doing this with a gas saw and standing over it.
Absolutely. That's terrific. What do you have for thick metal, Chief?
Thick metal.
Or we have real thin metal. Is that what we're looking at here?
Yeah. So one of the biggest issues that we see on a metal framing job site is access to a good workspace, right? Ideally, you'd have a nice workstation. You might have a little chop saw set up, but more often than not, you're not gonna really be able to take your material cart around the job site. So ideally, if you're making your cuts where they're needed, someone's gonna take a nice handheld saw. But again, they're not gonna have a dedicated workstation. So what are they gonna do? They're gonna throw it up on their boot and get it off the ground. They're doing the best they can. This is gonna move around, it's gonna vibrate, and to give especially the guys that haven't had a career's worth of time to develop their skill set, they're gonna need to maximize that blade life the best they can. So we've done the job for them. We've added more teeth. We've designed a more fracture-resistant grade of carbide to give them that long blade life, even if they don't have the skill set or the history to be able to do that themselves. We're gonna show you the most challenging gauge that you'll find on the job site. This is a typical exterior grade 16 gauge stud. This is gonna give them the most headache. It's thin enough to vibrate a lot, but it's thick enough to push back on the teeth and break them off if you don't have the right blade. So quick and easy, we didn't have to go to a cutting stand with a 14-inch saw. We took our handheld saw to where you needed to make the cut. We made a quick, clean cut, and we're gonna get a lot of blade life for a dedicated thin metal blade.
That's terrific. Save my wrist.
That's right. All right, let's talk carbide again. We manufacture our own carbide. We have over 20 dedicated blends that we optimize for the application. These are Cermet teeth that are designed especially for thick, heavy steel. They're also gonna give you the ability to cut stainless steel because of that high tolerance to temperatures. To demonstrate that, we're gonna show you with a standard 7 1/4 handheld circular saw. This is about double the RPM of what you would have for a metal cutting saw. We're gonna cut down the flange of this beam. That's a 1/2 inch flange on this beam we're gonna cut with a standard circular saw. When you cut fast and effectively, you don't add heat. You get a nice clean finish. You don't have a burr, you don't have discoloration. You take what was generally a wood cutting circular saw, you turn it into a capable metal cutting tool.
So that blade in particular is designed to be used with saws that most guys already have.
Yes, sir, that's right. Everyone's gonna have a 7 1/4 saw for some reason.
That is great.
Battery powered too.
That is terrific. I appreciate your time.
Yes, sir, enjoy it.
Thank you, Blair. Another point to the high efficiency of your product or how it makes power tools more efficient, and me and a couple of the other people, tool tubers, if you will, it's one brand that we never seem to get like pushback on is Diablo. Like it seems like universally people like the brand, and maybe it is because you're very humble.
Wow, thanks for that. I mean, if you look around here, you know, everybody here uses our products, who knows our products. All of us are focused, super focused on, you know, solving true problems for our end users. And that takes all of us, not just one person, two people, whatever. A lot of work to do, we have a lot of progress to make, but You know, we're much more focused on progress, not perfection.
Sure.
And making sure we're incrementally getting better. I don't think we're ever going to get close to the elusive benchmark that we want to get to, but we're going to work hard every day getting closer.
You know what they say, shoot for the stars, land on the moon.
There you go.
I appreciate you spending some time.
You
Thank
bet.
you so much, Russell. We're at the World of Concrete for 2024. We're in the DeWalt booth with Chris, and he's setting up for us right now. What do we have?
We have the brand new 42 pound.
This is amazing.
It's a brand new 966 42 pound 1.1 hex breaker.
Wow.
Ground up design, something totally new for us. So much technology built, but you know, we wanted to start with something simple, something a pain point that users have had. So let me show you. Right here. When you would change a bit in the past, I'm sure you've done it, you've been in construction for a long time, you have to get that jaw and bend it and get a hammer and bang your fingers and oh, it's such a pain.
Pretty much.
With our pin and collar system, you pull it out, you drop it in. That's it. No more jaw, no more anything. This is the technology that we built, but we wanted to start at a point that just really drove our users crazy.
Yeah, because nothing slows down the job more than having to change out implements or accessories. It's a pain. That is great.
It's a pain. Now, wireless tool control.
Okay, so we're operating our vac.
We're operating our vac wirelessly. When we push the new push-through trigger design, it's gonna activate your vac, dust control, OSHA compliant. It's perfect. Long time before service life on this. We have a decoupled mechanism. Users are going to work hard without being worked hard.
That's good.
Very important, very important. But I want to show you something that is best in class, new in class, first from DeWalt. A center auxiliary handle. No, I mean, listen, not all of us are from warm, sunny beach places. Some of us,
This is true.
Philadelphia, it's cold, frozen soil.
It can be.
Yeah, it can be. So what we do is we have a one-handle bolt-through design, and I'm going to remove this handle and have onboard storage here for the hex key that you can see that.
That's good.
If you can see my right hand here, I'm grabbing a top handle. No one else has a top handle as well. You can put this shovel attachment in here.
That's pretty cool, dude.
You get it close to your hip, and now you can turn this into a powered digger.
Yeah.
So that frozen soil, the tough Texas soil, you know, you have a pipe burst and that excavator can't get so close to that.
Yeah.
So this body is about the average width of an excavator mini X bucket.
Yeah.
So when you can't get that close, take these handles off and now you can finish that digging project right there.
That's great.
Well, the great thing about this though, it's the performance. You want to see it? Let's go.
I want to see it.
Let's go. It's just a workhorse.
Do you know what I find amazing though? Is that it's running on a battery. We're talking about a breaker of this size running on a battery. I wouldn't even consider running a half-inch drill 10 years ago in mission critical applications.
And the great thing about this is with the 615 is a lot of thermal technology built in.
Yeah.
So you're going to avoid the traditional hot pack issues where there might be some charge left in the battery.
Sure.
But it's hot, so it stops. Now, very good for the trades. What we recommend though for our concrete and demo users is the corded version.
I think we've seen this one before.
No.
No.
Same mechanism.
It's new.
Same mechanism. Concrete and demo guys, you need that runtime, you're going all day. We have a corded user, but what's great about this is, you see these T25 screws?
Yes.
We're not in the cord business, neither are you. So if it gets cut, chipped, damaged, to keep you compliant, open this panel.
Replace the cord.
Any 12-3 cord.
Are you serious?
Replace it. I'm not in the business of selling cords. I'm in the business of keeping you productive.
Just like Ricky said, you're not worried about selling for the power screen, the bars.
We don't care.
I like it. Oh my God.
This is awesome.
It looks awesome.
This is awesome. This is our 27-pound inline SDS Max, which is important. There's a big competitor that sells proprietary chisels.
Okay.
We have the SDS Max tool holder. So whether it's a world's best DeWalt Elite Carbide chisel or another manufacturer, as long as it's SDS Max,
right,
it works.
It will fit here.
That's right.
Gotcha.
We're all about whatever you have working with our product. We went through about 22 different designs just to get this rear handle comfortable.
Okay.
This hammer is designed to be used in a horizontal or two-handed vertical operation. You're chipping out a wall, you're chipping out a drain, you're chipping out a pipe channel. This has the solution for you. It's optimized with a brand new brushless motor technology, brushless motor in our DC or cordless version, and then brushless motor in our AC version as well.
Okay.
Same 27 joules of impact energy.
So you get the same energy.
It's about as strong as I can make it without shearing chisels off.
Okay, that makes sense.
Absolutely powerful. You have a push-through trigger design here. When you push it in, it's gonna start. When you push it back the other way, it'll stop.
So we're just gonna break off this edge.
Yeah, just push, break it. We're here at DeWalt Concrete to break stuff, to make noise.
This thing's not heavy.
No. One cool thing about this is this is a really aggressive hammer, but sometimes you don't need aggression, right?
Okay.
So we put a power tool reduction slider on here. So when you pull it, you'll hear the motor turn down. Sometimes, instead of the demo hammer, you need a scalpel.
Sure.
That's what that's for. Those edges around your saw cut joint, it's perfect for that.
That's pretty awesome. This is pretty, it's balanced. I assume that you've just done a good job of balancing this because, I mean, what's the weight on it? It's gotta be heavy, but it don't feel heavy, is my point.
It's about 27 pounds. Feel free to go and chip the wall. You'll feel how simple it is.
It's okay. I trust you.
So for a long time, we've had the 690. We reintroduced it with the bigger cap to accommodate the 15 amp hour battery, right?
Yep.
But everybody was asking me, hey, why in the world do you have wireless tool control on it? You can't use a vacuum.
Yeah.
Well, we don't sleep much, and we had this product in design for a minute. So this is the DCE 6820 water tank. When paired, it will remotely activate it, so the water will start coming on.
Yes.
And it'll turn off when you let the trigger go. So let me show you how this works real fast. It's gonna pump it. As you can see, it's rolling. And then in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, it's off. You're not wasting water, you're not creating more slurry than you really need.
Yeah.
It just keeps you activated. Let me cut real fast and show you how well this uses. So as you can see, if I'm a plumber and I gotta be inside, but keep my mess down, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Not to mention, water with your diamond blades, you're gonna keep it cool and last longer. It's an awesome solution.
I'm really impressed at how fast it was cutting as well. No stall.
When you do, we have an indicator light here.
Okay.
And it'll let you know when there's a high stress on the motor. Just back off, let the saw do its work.
Sure, yeah, that's
Let the
awesome.
saw do its work. Garden hose connection, if you have a 14-inch cutoff or a different type of saw, may not use the wireless tool control, but you can just turn it on and off there.
Beautiful.
Work perfect. This battery, the 615, it's going to give you 2 to 3 more time run time.
Yeah.
So you're cutting the cord now. You don't need a cord with these rotary hammers. As you can see, we redesigned these lines. You have a double rail design. So when we say guaranteed tough at DeWalt, we mean it. Magicians are everywhere in Vegas. Let me show you something. Vince, hold your hands out. Now look at these.
Okay.
I want you to be honest. Tell me what you think. What's the weight difference?
I can't tell.
It's not that much.
I really honestly can't tell.
It's not that much.
Try again.
It's a bigger, different hands.
You can tell it's not much.
It's not much. It is about a pound, but the footprint, as you can see, is much greater. However, a lot of thermal technology built in here to extend your runtime to keep you working.
Can I run it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Hey, let's go get lunch.
No, let's go.
Dude, there's just, I don't know how to explain it. It's like, it feels like a locomotive.
So
it's just no stall and it just keeps cutting away.
What's really important though is when you use our hollow bit and our vac to keep you OSHA compliant and the DCV 105 behind you, you don't have to clean your holes out anymore. You drill, it'll clean out,
and set.
And you fill it with pure 220 and you walk away.
My friends, my colleagues, we always thought of like DeWalt as they're known for their salts. DeWalt was always our salt company, right? But then when we started using the rotary hammers, it was a shock how well they're made, how quickly they work, and how little vibration and just, I guess it's once again like thoughtfulness into the user, the safety, the fatigue element. They're just well-built tools.
It's just like your video you had, what, 2 years ago?
I think it
where
was.
you had a corded hammer, maybe it was a convective hammer, but you had the bucket of concrete.
Yeah.
And you were using the DeWalt D handle.
Oh, yeah.
And you were drilling through and you're like, wow, I'm amazed. Well, part of that is performance, but part of that is ergonomics.
Sure.
And you gotta have a good user experience.
That is awesome, brother.
Thank you.
We're at the World of Concrete and we're in the Milwaukee Tools booth. We're here with Matt. Matt,
good to see you.
What is this little contraption here?
Yeah, so this is our new MX Fuel Rocket Dual Power Compact Tower Light.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that this little thing is an MX Fuel tower light?
It is.
Wasn't we needed like a flatbed for the old one, right?
Absolutely. That light is amazing when you want to light the site, but when you need portability on the job site, this is the light. This guy is 75% smaller when it's collapsed than that big MX, and it still throws 15,000 lumens of light.
So this locks in?
It locks in. You can take it, you can wheel it around. When you're ready to set up the light, you can disconnect it. The light is 49.5 pounds. Got an oversized carry handle.
That isn't bad.
It's easy to set up. You got one click, clicks up. You got 4 cams here, and you can extend it 7 feet up.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's got some outrigger legs here, added stability when you need it. And then when you're done, you can move on to the next job site.
That's not 7 feet, man. That's got to be like 10 feet.
I'm a little bit taller than you.
I'm not that short. Come on, man.
Oh, so this guy comes with the XE406 battery, so it'll do 3 hours on high.
3 hours on high.
It's got AC, so when you need all day, you can plug it in.
Okay.
This is IP56 rated
Oh,
product.
it will pass through.
Yeah, it'll pass through.
I like that.
Yeah, so it's great for indoor, outdoor use. It'll hold up to dust and rain. And then when you step up to our forge packs, you can get to 6 hours on high.
Really?
Really, yep. 20 hours on low. It is a beast of a light.
What are the, how many lumens at low? Is there a medium?
It does have a medium. It has 3 modes. So you got 15,000 on high, you got 8,500 on medium, and you got 5,000 on low.
How's it get kitted?
So it gets kitted with the XE406 battery, comes with a standard charger. The unit comes out this summer, and we're retailing at $19.99.
Okay.
This light is super intuitive, man.
Dude,
there's not a lot more
you're
to
like
it.
super intuitive. I feel like we need more time. I don't even know. He's too good at his job. We have Young, who's going to walk us through. This is your high cycle vibrator?
Exactly.
Concrete vibrator? Is that right?
High cycle concrete vibrator.
Perfect.
So this is our MX Fuel high cycle concrete vibrator. that will deliver the most powerful, most consistent consolidation. So even in the stiffest concrete, this concrete vibrator will sustain 11,500 BPMs.
Okay.
So users are hitting tall walls and columns, mass slabs, bridges. They can have confidence that this is going to consolidate properly. Powered by MX Fuel Red Lithium Forge XC battery packs, there's no need to run dedicated generators or cords throughout the job site. Runtime on the 8.0 battery pack, users are going to get about 90 yards of consolidation on an inch in 3/4 head and a 7-foot whip. With the high cycle vibrator design, with the motor being in the head, whether users are leveraging the 7-foot whip, 16 or 32-foot whip, they're going to get the exact same power, performance, and runtime. This will be kitted with 2 Red Lithium Forge XC 8.0 battery packs, high cycle vibrator, and a supercharger. And we also have our backpack variant right over here to do the flat work, slab on grade, footings, etc.
When MX Fuel was first introduced, it was, I think the target market was more of like for safety, indoor. I feel like there's been a huge shift. It's more about, once again, safety. We don't have to like trip over cords or wires or bring on a generator, but it's also about the convenience of this. I mean, so with that being said, what is the target market for this? Maybe I'm misspeaking. Is it just all-out concrete professional, pouring walls, like you said, bridges?
Yeah, so when we think about traditional high cycle vibrators, typically used for taller walls and columns or larger bridge pours or mass slabs where they really need that consistent consolidation, whether they're at 7 feet or 32 feet. And so this really provides that solution.
Yeah.
To your point, fast, easy, convenient, giving them the fastest setup. No need to lug a 3-phase generator, run cords throughout the job site to the scaffold, causing tripping hazards. Way more safer and more productive solution.
I love it. That's awesome.
Thank
I appreciate your time.
Hopefully I didn't get anything dirty for you.
No, I think you might have got yourself though. Sorry about that.
No, you're good. Part of working with concrete vibrators.
And we have Ryan.
How's it going?
It's going great. This is a brand new 6.5 circular saw, 6.5.
Yep, this is a brand new Gen 2 M18 Fuel 6.5-inch circular saw. This offers class-leading performance with 20% more power and 40% faster application speed than any competitor. Additionally, the lightweight, compact design paired with a robust belt hook makes this the perfect solution for climbing up ladders, moving around the job site, and accessing those more difficult-to-reach cuts. Additionally, we have positive bevel detents here at 22.5 and 45 degrees. One of my favorite features is our brand new to Circ Saw World depth detents. So we have a positive detent here at a 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch, and 1.5 inches.
So there's detents there.
There's detents in the depth. So it saves you from doing this thing when you're looking inside the material.
I like
now
that.
you can just wait and listen for the click. So we got 3 stacked 1/2 inch OSB here. Should we give her a go?
Yeah, you
Let's
can
give her a go.
Nice.
How'd that feel?
Felt really nice, right?
Guys, we let this OSB sit out in the rain all night last night. This stuff's nice and dense. Got all that Vegas rain. 3 sheets of 1/2 inch OSB, as you can see, cuts through it like butter.
I gotta tell you, I love the 6.5. It's compact, it's portable, and listen, I love 7.25 as well.
Yep.
For capacity, but it just feels great. It just is a great all-around saw.
Awesome. Well, this will be launching in Q2 of this year at a bare tool price of $229.
No, Ryan's giving us all specifics. I don't even have to ask him the price. So, are you going to have, which would be awesome, will there be kits rolling out with the forged?
This will be sold as a bare tool only, so there will be no kit option, but we're always exploring future promotions,
That's
and
cool.
I think this would be a great fit for a promotion with the Forge.
I do have a question.
Yes, sir.
Since we're talking about it. Is there any benefit with this saw does it take advantage, the fuel technology of the Forge?
100%.
So it does.
Yes,
Okay.
100%. And like I said, it's a great tool to use with a Forge battery because you're going to get that peak power. When I said before that this has 20% more power and 40% faster application speeds, that's actually with this battery here. So all of our specs are built off of this HO60. So you're getting even more performance with that Forge battery. Yep.
Is there any plans, and I know you might say, this isn't my area, but any plans to make a smaller battery pack?
We're always exploring new options. I know it's Forge is a great technology for us. We're stepping up the entire industry here, and I think that we're always looking for new options. And I just say, be excited to see what's coming.
I'm gonna take that as a yes. Brian, thank you very much. We appreciate it. Brian here has a new nailer. You are literally the head of all nailers at Milwaukee Tool. Is that correct?
Yeah, I work on the nailer team at Milwaukee Tools.
So you're part of it. You oversee
the team.
You oversee the team?
I am a part of the team, the project team.
So Brian here will not let me put any words in his mouth. He's very good at his job. We appreciate you spending some time and having us in the booth with you. So you have a new duplex nailer.
Yes.
I am very excited about this.
Yes.
I want to hear everything you can tell us about it.
Yeah, duplex nailing traditionally is done by hand. It's a very manual, labor-intensive process.
Yes.
And we're really revolutionizing it with the introduction of the M18 Fuel duplex nailer. So by using the M18 Fuel duplex nailer, you're able to assemble concrete formwork up to 7 times faster than traditional methods. But the productivity is only half the story. The other half is the safety aspect of it.
Okay.
We did an ergonomic study gauging the amount of muscle effort required using our nailer compared to swinging a hammer, and we saw a sizable reduction in peak muscle effort. And what that equates to is a lower occurrence of repetitive motion injuries and muscle strain injuries, less wear and tear on the body, especially when you're putting hundreds of these nails in day after day, week after week, year after year.
Preach this constantly. These repetitive motions for decades. You know, listen, my tile setter walks around, crouched over, okay, and this pinky finger is crooked out to the side because that's how he sets a tile.
Yeah.
These are the things that happen to the human body when you do them every day, day in and day out. I can't say it enough, and I can appreciate you saying that. I just don't think we put enough emphasis.
No, it's a huge thing. How do we make people more productive and safer? That's our end goal. So with this tool, you're also able to get 800 nails on a single 5 amp hour battery charge. That's cool. Which is more than enough to get you through your most demanding day of concrete formwork assembly. On the tool itself, we have a lot of very unique features that were developed directly based on feedback from users. So we have a tool-free latch on the front of the tool, so you can get quick access, clear any jam fastener, clear any dirt and debris. You know, oftentimes you're going to be assembling formwork in very dirty areas. Yeah. So having that quick access without having to take out a hex key to remove the front of the tool is very important. Also, all the touch points on the tool, from the depth of drive adjustment to the power button, were specifically designed for use with thicker leather work gloves on, knowing that the concrete form carpenter is typically going to be wearing those thicker gloves. Oftentimes when assembling formwork, you're going to be working below the waist. We have a way where you can store the tool easily in that inverted orientation, so you can pick it up and get back to work very efficiently.
As far as maintenance, you know, being on a concrete site, like what do we need to pay attention to as far as like particulate or anything getting into the tool? Is there anything that they need to be mindful of?
Nope, so there are no maintenance required. You won't have to spray it, you won't have to lubricate the tool.
Fair enough.
And again, that's why we have the tool-free jam clearing latch in case you need to clear dirt and debris. It's really easy, really accessible.
As far as the duplex nails that we're using,
yes,
they are specific Milwaukee Tool nails?
Yes, yes. So we are launching 2 sizes of collated duplex nails. We have a 16 penny and an 8 penny nail. So we are launching this fastener because there's not a big market for collated duplex nails, but in addition to that, we're driving innovation with the fastener itself. So we have created a larger spacing between the nail heads, and what this means is when you have a nail that's overdriven, if you don't have the depth of drive set properly, you're still going to have access to get underneath that nail head and pry it out.
It has multiple modes for firing, single mode. Did you say that already?
No, I did not.
Okay.
That's a good point. So it does have 2 different firing modes. You're going to have your single fire sequential mode, where you would need to depress the trigger every time, and then you can also switch it into bump fire mode, where you can hold the trigger down and just tap it and go.
And then And then if you were getting some overdriving, it's easy like depth adjustments here?
Yep, yeah, so you have your depth of drive adjustment right up here at the front of the tool. Really easy to set that depth depending on the material and the nail size you're using.
Cool. Awesome. Right?
Yeah, thank you.
Appreciate your time. Thank you very much. Wes, what can you tell us about this merch from Milwaukee Tools?
All of our workwear designed and developed in Milwaukee. This past August, we just launched all of our new collections. So these 3 collections, we have WorkSkin, FreeFlex, and Gridiron. So WorkSkin is built to fight sweat. It's all gonna be lighter weight, focused on moisture management, wicking, and drying. FreeFlex products are all gonna be built for movement. So whether that's from stretch fabrics or construction, it's gonna be minimizing restriction and maximizing range of motion. And then Gridiron products are built to survive. So they're focused on more durability, being able to last long, and being able to survive everything that you see on the site. It's brand new, super exciting over here. If you wanna walk over and see the hooded sun shirts.
Before we go on to that though, I would love to talk about the WorkSkin. To your point, though, I want you to know that the VCG Construction merch is actually all designed in Camden, New Jersey. But people don't realize the importance of a base layer.
Yeah.
And when Wes talks about that sweat management, you can get all bundled up. You'll be nice and warm. But what happens is when you sweat underneath your clothing, it causes a cooling, like a chilling effect.
Yeah.
You become clammy. It's not good. So this workwear takes that sweat away from your skin layer and helps you stay warmer,
helps
right?
it dry faster. So if you're in warm weather, it's gonna pull it out, it's gonna evaporate, you don't get bogged down. If you're in colder weather, same thing, you're gonna pull it away so you don't get clammy, you don't get cold and damp and heavy.
Let's talk about your new stuff.
There you go.
Come on, Wes.
So here's the hooded sun shirts. Comes in 2 colors, gray and a brown, more of a sandstone color. So extremely stretchy, super lightweight, heavy breathable.
Let me feel that.
Got the hood right here.
That is a nice color.
So these just started shipping, just launched.
So I got to tell you, we were just designing some new hoodies of our own.
Yeah.
And Milwaukee Tool beat me to it. I like this crisscross. Is this all you?
Oh yeah, it's all us. Designed and developed in Milwaukee.
Did you come up with the crisscross? Did you like this?
That's straight from feedback from users. Yep.
I like the crisscross.
Yeah. You got the coverage on the neck.
What is the? Do you have a price point on these?
Yeah, so these retail for $44.97.
And the thing is that it's just not a hoodie.
Right.
It's that WorkSkin. It's that sweat management. It's going to keep you warmer, more comfortable on the job. It's going to allow you to be more efficient.
Yeah, that's right.
In my opinion. Wes, I appreciate your time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks, Vince.
And listen, if you feel compelled to not buy our merch and buy theirs, it seems like the kid put a lot of thought into that. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it.
So we're going to be kind of laid back and talk and have some fun, and we're going to start here, and then we're going to move around, and then if you have a couple questions, we can take 1 or 2, and then at the end we'll stop. You can go back to the actual booth, and you can spend the necessary time that you want, okay? If you add up all of our competitors and double it, they still don't equal what our market share is, which is a complete domination. And how we did that is we recognized what the users are looking for, we think better than anybody else. And we took $200 and $300 blade technology, and we put on a blade that's $10 and $15. But just in the last couple of years, you look at how tools have changed. On the West Coast, you had the Skill 77. On the East Coast, you had the Mac, was the Makita 5007MB handheld. So now it's cordless. Materials getting harder. More and more LVLs. Steels and fasteners are getting harder, putting more and more pressure on a surface saw than before. So we are super focused, and this is all we do to make sure we realize the full potential of our tools. So with this, we launched a brand new blade last summer, next generation demo Demon, that will really maximize and extend the battery life by having carbide that is hard enough to withstand this type of nails, but impact resistant so it doesn't break or shatter. And so it's finding that compromise in between it. We have this lock tube design that holds the carbide in, and then also we have this complex geometries that allow it more of a shearing type of cut that will extend the life of the battery itself. So, Steve, William, how do we show this?
So what I've got here, Russell, I got a piece of LVL loaded up with some flat lock screws. Those are specifically designed structural lumber, extremely hard, and then loaded up with some shingles, some flashing, and then topped off with a piece of plywood. Woo! So, with that.
So that you can see that blade was sparking, it was drawing, it's starting to climb cut, which is going over the fastener. So there's a lot of things, that blade is to failure now, and you're in an unsafe cutting environment. So Steve, let's try the Diablo Demo Demon, see if we get different results. See if we get a little bit more gas here. Boom, there you go. And this will keep going. So just think about it, the more in line that you can perform, and William, if you can help grab two blades to show the difference. The other thing is we have 1.5 millimeter design, so it's super thin, but we keep our integrity in terms of the strength. We also put this stabilizer vents in here that, vibration is created at the cutting angle and also at the arbor. And so what this design does, it actually prevents, it accepts vibration and dampens it. So a simple way to illustrate it is...
All right, Cole, jump in here. Give me a finger. There we go. There we go. All right.
Go ahead. And so we'll hit it.
Tell me what you're feeling there.
Yeah. And Cole, if you hold it to your ear, you'll still hear vibration on it. So the other one. And then you pull that to your ear, the vibration's damp.
Yeah.
So when vibration is created, it accepts it and dampens it, keeping the blade cutting in line. Very, very similar to a tire, right? If a tire is properly balanced, it'll cut in line. It doesn't matter how good the tire is. If it's not, it's going to wear prematurely, give you a rough ride. No difference in here. And everything we do, we're trying to maximize the tool and allow for longer battery life, right? And so as everybody's going 4 amp, 6 amp, 8 amp, lithium, investing heavily into it, which is powerful and it's good, what we're able to do is we can increase battery life up to 65%. Just with this blade right here, 65%. And so it retails for $15. So that's impact. Boom, good. All right, thanks guys, outstanding, William. My next topic is metal cutting. Metal cutting is interesting. The popularity of metal, concrete metal continues to grow. Every commercial site has concrete metal. And you have insurance codes that are driving more concrete metal. Coastal areas, natural disaster. So, this trend continues. And the way to cut it today is either you're welding it or you're melting it, right? And so it's not the most safe environment. And so the number one way to cut metal still on the job site is through bonded. We self-bonded. It's hard to believe that it's not in the 1800s. I mean, because it was great in the 1800s. And what you're doing is you're grinding. By definition, there's no cutting involved, right? You don't even have any kind of positive hooking. It is grinding, so therefore you're burning and you're melting. And so your sparks and you create a lot of heat. So Blair, let's do a quick illustration. It's hard to believe what's the most common way to cut metal today. Please.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm going to be cutting 1/4-inch wall square tubing. We're going to do it with our traditional bonded abrasive cutoff method. Then we're going to show you the newer, better solution with 14-inch Cermet.
Now look at the side of it. You can see burning, discoloration, getting past the melt, right? You're melting it itself. So a little dangerous. You got sparks. If you're on a job site, you know you have to have an OSHA permit, have a second person watching you. So we look at that. We go, we created a circular saw blade designed to cut a room temperature environment. It's super fast. You don't lose the dimension. What Blair was also talking about is if you cut with bonded, you'll lose that dimension. You start losing your depth, and then all of a sudden you can't cut the same depth. So you probably got one more cut, and that thing is done, right? So there you go. So now after he makes that cut, now he's going to go back and clean it up. And that cut is not properly not good. So now we take a Cermet. Cermet is a ceramic metallic material. It's not carbide. It's much harder than carbide itself, and it's designed to take the heat. So you got to, when we grind it and make it, we got to grind much slower, and it's much more heat resistant, as we can show you live now.
Barely heat the piece up, right?
So we're cutting essentially in a room temperature environment where you got to be careful. If you ever want to do this, make sure you're not standing out in the sun. The metal gets really, really hot. Right? So if you're in room temperature, it's going to maintain essentially room temperature. And look at this, the quality is cut. So there's not burring, it's shiny, it's glossy, there's not color disfiguration on it, so there's a lot of positives going on. So changing the game and cutting metal. Super, super excited. So we took that technology and we said, hey, let's step it up a little bit. And we put it on a 7/4 blade, a 7/4 48 tooth. And on top of that, this is a dedicated metal cutting saw, but we put this 7/4 technology on a standard circular saw. So the ideal way to do it is to use a low RPM dedicated metal saw. Why? It's because the whole housing is built to handle metal shape, but you can't put in a rubber saw and go through it every single day. So to illustrate this, Blair, you make a cut through here. You don't need anybody to front. Like butter. Isn't that amazing?
So cool to the touch, it's basically still room temperature. The finish quality is going to be a lot better than your factory edge. It's good to go. You don't have any cleanup to do.
So very exciting. So this is the 48 tooth. You also have the 6.5 inch as well. So designed to cut thick metal. Now, huge applications for metal studs, right? I mean, everything's metal studs. And it's hard to believe that people are still using bonded wheels. I mean, you go to any job site, they're still using bonded wheels inside. Not when you're out there. And all the smoke that's created, it's enclosed when you're building it, right? So we want to take that technology. The problem is with the 48 tooth and a low tooth count, it's going to create too much vibration, and the finish is going to not be acceptable. So what we've done is we're introducing 3, call it thin gauge metal blades that are finishing for thinner gauge steel. That's going to cut cool, cut long, but it's also going to cut clean, so you can go back and do rework. And we're all about efficiency and productivity. So, Blair, why don't you show us what kind of tool you have here?
Yes, sir. We're using the 6.5-inch Hilti. You'll find this all across the nation on any framing site. We're cutting one of the more challenging applications here. These are 16-gauge studs, so they're heavy enough to break teeth, but they're not so light that vibration is not a problem. So you have the worst of both worlds. You have vibration, but you have a heavy enough gauge to where it's really going to impact the teeth.
How smooth that is, look at the sides, and for anybody that's ever used bonded right now, you'll see it leaves a mess and discolors it. So we have this 6.5-inch 6-inch. We've also created a 7 1/4 72, and then now we have an 8-inch 54 tooth. And this 8-inch is a beast to go through. Any kind of corrugated steel for people in the Midwest and West Coast, and even the Southwest, they know corrugated steel is popular with housing, and then of course this is popular for anything commercial across the country.
Okay, so we're cutting steel deck here. Today, the typical solution that you would see is with the bonded abrasive saw. Someone's going to have their 9-inch or 14-inch gas saw. It's going to make a lot of sparking, make a lot of noise, generate a lot of heat and burring on there. In addition to that, especially when you're cutting with the saw like this, you're going to have a really hard time with abrasive tool making a nice square cut. We're going to show you how fast you can cut when you're cutting versus grinding. So we'll show you our 854. So again, this is 16 gauge. It's one of the hardest to cut. It's going to leave a nice clean finish, but this blade is going to cut all day. It's not going to fracture teeth. We manufacture our own carbide, so we can optimize those properties. We're going to maximize and optimize that fracture toughness.
So when we looked at hole saws across the board, you know, the category, we're like, we feel like you could design a worse system on the marketplace. If you challenged us to come up with a terrible, terrible system, we couldn't have done it. So what I mean by that, Logan, let's start with the mandrel itself. What are the systems with the mandrel that are currently on the market today?
So I have a traditional mandrel system right here.
Speak up loud.
Can you hear me in the back?
Nope.
Awesome, awesome. All right, good deal. So you have a traditional mandrel system right here. You have your pilot bit, you have your arbor. Slide it in. Make sure you don't lose this little piece. Can you see that? Can you see that back there? You got to lock it in, right? So let's get that done. Locked in. 2-inch cup. Come back here. Thread it on. Oh, got to pull that back. Thread that on. There you go. And then lock in your dog ears. Now you're ready to drill a hole. But what if you have to go to a 7/8 hole saw? You're good with your 2-inch, but you need to drill with the 7/8. What do you have to do? You need a different arbor. So I'm coming over here, undo what I did. Maybe somebody on the job site doesn't know. Try to put this on. Frustration, right? Going back again. All right, let me get my smaller one. Same system here. Got to lock it in. See if we can get it seated. There you go. Lock that in. And then the whole thing over again, right? You're threading it back on, ready to drill your hole. With the Diablo Snap-Lock Plus system, we have a one-size-fits-all approach, right? You take your pilot bit, you snap it in, which is held with the ball bearing system. You're ready to go. Now, anything from your smallest size hole saw to your largest hole saw fits on this one mandrel. So if I take a 7/8, slide that in, clicks right in, I'm good to go and drill my hole. If I want to move to a 2-inch like the Lennox we just did, click that right in, ready to go. What if I want to go to a 6-inch? Clicks right in, ready to go. What if I want to switch to a different application? Talk about rough-in hole saws. Slide that on and we're good to go. So across every system here, one mandrel fits all of our cup types. Huge breakthrough.
So that we changed everything in terms of the mandrel, and these mandrels cost $22 to $25. So not only are we talking about what's on the marketplace today that you have to buy 2 mandrels per series of hole saws, you also have different mandrels as you move on, if that makes sense. So you can buy 4, 5, 6, $23, $24 mandrel and not have them on the, not ready to go. So we have an ecosystem designed around one mandrel every one of our hole saws. The other thing we do too, from here over, is we go to 60 millimeters depth versus the market it's at 42 millimeters. And what that gives you is you go through 2x material and also half-inch kind of sheathing, one pass. So this is tremendous feedback that we get from the market. If you don't need to do that, great. If you need it, you're able to do one pass, especially if you're approaching a wall and you're going through it, you can't go to the other side. Huge advantage. So this is our ecosystem. We've introduced our Steel Demon for conduit, metal cutting, for granite material, our typical bimetal with our carbide, first in the world, introducing carbide tip that you can actually drill a cast iron stainless steel with a hole saw, which is changing plumbers, especially in a commercial job site. And today we're introducing our rough-in carbide tip hole saws. So you guys know that either self-feed or rough-in hole saws, you can stay in the market. There's some good quality ones out there, but they're slow and they're not as durable. And so what we've done essentially is redesign that, making it much more cost efficient and productive for the users, and making it extend the battery life of the existing designs on the marketplace. So Steve Logan, how do we show this?
All right, yeah, so we have a piece of stud material here, 2x. We would put that up. You might be drilling horizontally, you might be drilling vertically. What we're going to do is we're going to drill down with 10 pounds of weight, show the difference in the wear and tear on the tool, the wear and tear on the user. You can't always, in those applications, get behind the tool with your body, so you're in between studs. So we're going to show you the difference there. I'm running with the Diablo, the new innovation that we've launched, and Steve has a competitive product on my right. So again, 10 pounds of weight, and we're just going to let it go. We'll see our hands on top just to set it, and then we're going to release it and let it cut. 3, 2, 1, go. Productivity there, the wear and tear on the tool, the drain on the battery, you're able to get with your hand behind its stud and it goes through easily with less resistance.
Has anybody heard of like Forrest saw blade? Forrest? Yeah. So how did Forrest get their start? We're really the first saw blade company to kind of break through where we were actually one of the last. One saw blade does it all, right? And so they created a general purpose blade, and for us, as you know, saw blade guys were like, well, you know, everybody goes, what's the best blade I should use? We're like, well, what's your application? You know, are you ripping? Are you cross cutting? Are you cutting melamine? You cutting laminate? Whatever you're cutting, there's a dedicated blade for it. But what Forrest did a great job is they understood, hey, there's a lot of users that are like, put one blade on there and do everything. Forrest did a very good job of that. They came out with the Woodworker 2, and it's phenomenal. Well, what we're launching here today is a Diablo blade, what we're calling Wood Demon, and it's a 40-tooth blade design, and the technology on here is absolutely insane. So for $50, it will rip and cross-cut better than any other blade in the market. Will stand behind that. And so a Forrest blade, it will cost $200, it's cost $50. So what's different about it is with the teeth itself, instead of cutting straight on like here, we're putting a shear on it, right? So intuitively, you know when you're, say, skinning a potato and you got a blade on itself, you know you're not going to go straight up and down. You're going to turn it, right? A peeler, you got to turn it, otherwise it's not going to work. Same thing for a saw blade. So we put a 4-degree shear every side. So instead of cutting, it slices. That reduces draw by 35% in terms of the ported unit, and extends the battery life up to 60% because it's cutting easier. The second thing we did is, if you guys are familiar, when you're cutting laminate or veneers, you need a high ATV, such as 38 degrees. it gives a beautiful top and bottom finish, right? But it's rough on the side. A 15 degree is good in terms of long life, but it's rough on the top and the bottom. So we put a nice compromise with a 30 degree angle, which gives a flawless, the ultimate top, side, and bottom. And then the third thing we did that's radical is we put this double grind. So right now, if I don't put a grind on a blade and I cut, it's going to bounce back, right? You got to have clearance. So either you create set or you grind on the side. So after we make the first grind, we come back and make a small secondary grind that's almost straight up and down. And what we're doing is we're creating a controlled burn, a polishing to it. And when you cut with this, you'll see the side it's unbelievable. And so now you got to keep moving it. You can't stop because you can create some burning on it, but the results are phenomenal. So we're going to show, or attempt to show you today, is that with a $50 blade, it's going to blow away any kind of blade on the market, including a Forest $200 woodworking blade. Let's see if we can do that.
This is a piece of shelving. It's melamine shelving. I'm using a Bosch table saw. With this, the standard insert plate is not a zero clearance plate, so there's really no support to the wood fibers inherent in the tool. It's relying entirely on the quality of the blade for the exit cut. On the top surface, decent. On the back side, you get chip out, you get blowout, no glitter, right? So if we compare this to the Diablo, 30 degree, high ATV, it's double grind. Compare, contrast. This is red oak veneer plywood. What's particularly tricky about cutting this stuff is when you're going across the grain of the veneer. So we're going to do the second verse, same as the first.
I think it's pretty obvious. I'll be looking at the market. So let's hope. So I mean, think about how exciting that is. You can take just a benchtop table saw on the job site, and you're getting this high performance like you do in your shop, the 3 horsepower stationary saw. So now the basic contractor to the high skilled trim carpenter can really make it's a woodworker on wheels. You can go to a job site and have that level of flawless performance. And you know, your cost of materials in some of this is $80 a square foot in some of the high-end woods. So once you tear and rip out as we're passing around, you can't go back and sand that. I mean, there's no re-sanding type of material. So, you know, so what was exciting is if you look at the reciprocating blade market, you know, everybody was saying, hey, the whole category, when bimetal was introduced, it kind of reinvented the category itself and became the go-to in terms of technology to go after it. So why? Because you took a high carbon steel, you welded it to a high-speed steel, and you maintain the edge, keep it much sharper, but you still had flexibility, right? Change the game. But we went into it, and you spent 5 minutes at a job site, and you're going to hear there's a lot of problems with the users out there, and they want longer life, longer longevity, and they have applications they can't do. I mean, what's a very common material for a plumber to cut? Cast iron. Thank you, Vince. And then what are they using today? Or before, what were they using? Chain lock. You know, you snap lock. You get it on there, it costs $800, you wrap it and you break it, right? And more materials are getting lighter weight, more advanced, lower cost steels that are making it more difficult for the plumber, for any contractor using the recip blade. So we wanted to change the game by being the first in the world to bring carbide into the reciprocating blade territory, expanding applications you can do with your existing saw, right? So now the preferred, by the way, Charlotte cast iron has like 80% of the market. Charlotte pipe, thank you. They make cast iron, Charlotte Pine have 80% now. They recommend Diablo recip blade as the preferred way to cut cast iron. Right, stainless steels, now you can do that. So it's incredible. So for people that don't realize it, Logan, maybe we kind of go back quickly and show bimetal attempting to cut stainless steel, and then what's the power of carbide and what it brings to this application.
Sure. So I have some 2-inch Schedule 40 stainless steel pipe. I'll use the Lennox competitor, and we covered that. See how it does.
Okay, so now the teeth are stripped, it's smoking, and it almost looks like the blade you're cutting it backwards on it right now, because the teeth are all stripped. But this is where the world was just a couple years ago. Now, try a piece of rebar.
Right.
Done. So it starts a little bit, the teeth strip off. So that's what your limitation was. So when we introduced carbide, and we took the same cutting technology a lot, the same durability, and applied it on reciprocating blades, we saw a big difference.
Coming into carbide tip and Diablo for thick metal.
Boom. Just like that. Yeah.
Same blade.
Boom, just like that. And when you're at, yeah, that's strong. That's strong. That's strong. You know, and so how are people cutting rebar today on the job site? How do they cut rebar? Huh? Quick, yeah, that's probably the best way to do it. Grinder, a lot of grinders. Portaband. A lot of people are using Portaband on the job site. And you think the versatility of what a cordless recip saw will do, you can get it in hard items, you can be buried in dirt, and there's not going to be any kind of problem. When you can't wrap something around it, get something pinched around itself, or take a bandsaw with your hands underneath it, you want it flush. So a lot of positive. So we were first in the world, and we came up with 9 categories of carbide. 9 categories, starting from pruning. So now, and you're seeing landscapers is the preferred way to trim and to prune. Not cut trees down, but to prune. I mean, you put the saw on, and it just eats, it flies through it. To nail-embedded wood, to thick metal, medium metal, thin metal, and sheet metal. Now carbide is the preferred solution. And by the way, carbide is bigger than bimetal. I don't know if everybody realizes that. So that's unbelievable, right? And carbide delivers 50 times longer life than what bimetal will do. So a typical bimetal blade is $3 to $4. You talk about 9-inch blade. Carbide is between $10 to $12. So for 50 times longer, you have $6 more, $7 more. But you allow the tool to do applications you couldn't even do before. But the thirst, we keep getting challenged that we want longer life. We're like, we don't care what it costs. So that's where we introduced the AMP range, the AMP family. So AMP delivers 100 times longer for 33% higher in retail. So if a blade is $12 for carbide, AMP is $15, but it doubles the performance. And when you're on the job site, still, what's the most expensive cost on a job site? Time. Stakes. Manpower. It's labor. Labor's still the most expensive. So we can significantly reduce labor. Everything we're talking about is pennies, and expand and do new applications that you couldn't do before. It's unbelievable. So today we're introducing, here we go. We got, so right here, here's our new series of amp. So again, bimetal, then we have what we call Demon, which is our carbide, and then this is amp, which is the HPP++, best of the best. And we now have pruning, nail bedded wood, and we introduced thin metal, which is a 12 TPI. Look at it. When you see this blade, you got to cut with it too. See the size of the carbide. There's small little specks on it, and it's unbelievable. So you can do thin gauge. So, no, let's show this. Let's stay with it. So that's what we're introducing. Okay, so we'll show you a couple amp products quickly. Have a little fun with this. How are we gonna do this, guys?
All right, we got the same 2-inch piece of Scotty 40 stainless steel. We got the thick metal amp blade that you just saw cut stainless steel and rebar. But like Russell said, over the last couple of years, our competitors have come out with carbide, right? So we're going to try a carbide solution versus the superior Diablo amp solution.
Yeah, before you do that too, we have 9 categories in carbide, and our colleagues are coming out with 3 and 4. So now we've already left that, and now we're going to amp. So let's show the difference, all right? Hey, there we go. Oh, listen, we got a little, yay! All right. Boom. Huh? Is that impact? Think about that. And then you're looking at $15. You're not looking at $100 for sure. So really, really changed the game. And then we're going to show nail bedded wood too. So again, you think about in just a couple quick years, bimetal should almost disappear because it's not going to make sense anymore with carbide. Circular saw blades, carbide now is 98%. Once in a while you'll see a steel cutting plywood blade, but carbide is completely taken over and dominated. So with this, what we're going to show.
So we're showing the new expanded range of amp carbide tip recip blade, starting with nail bedded wood. Woo! We saw it earlier, the materials are getting harder, so we got 2 pieces, 2x6, 3/4 inch subflooring, 4 construction screws, 4 fluted masonry nails. And we're going to hang the 5-pound weight on here again versus the competitive carbide blade. All right, we're amping it up to 10 pounds. Here we go. Over 2x the productivity there. That blade's going to still continue to cutting. And this competitive blade was already struggling. It's been taking a long time. So more blade changes, more lost time on the job site.
Can you show us what was in that wood?
Yeah,
please. Hey, we'll let you come back and just pass it up. And you guys, we'll do some cuts with it.
That's awesome. Thank you.
You want me to take it? Or? Yeah, no, that's, and you think about it, that's the most common application, when you're framing, and then you rip it down framing after you have to move a wall, remodeling, nail bedded wood. Thank you. Cool. Strong? Strong. Changing the game. All right, let's just go to 12 TPI. Yep. And so, now we're going to do a thin gauge metal example. And so, the critical thing here is when you're cutting, again, you don't want to make sure you're too aggressive, the finish gets poor, and you're discoloring the material, which means you're cutting too high heats. And here we have no choice but to compare versus bimetal. Why? Because nothing exists in the market in carbide. So again, because we're super focused and all we are is a power tool accessory range, we don't do anything else. This is we're way ahead of the market in terms of technology. I think you're going to find everybody else is late, overpriced, under performance, which is the motto there. All right, guys, before we do it, what are we showing?
Oh, no, so you went. Hey, we wanted to go big. So this is 1.5 inch thin wall stainless steel pipe, right? 2 pieces. Again, 12 TPI. It's specifically designed to give that high productivity, long life, and thin and extremely thin metals with no vibration, longer productivity. And right now the competition doesn't have a carbide solution for that. So we had to go to bimetal. Let's see what the bimetal tooth count for this application looks like. All right, 3, 2, 1.
Good stuff, you guys? Good stuff. So hopefully we can tell everybody super amped, fired up about this new products, because it really will change, it'll make their day-to-day much more productive. And even when you're cutting copper, copper is very, very easy to do. It's flawless, and it won't reshape, even though it's a non-ferrous material. It won't reshape, right? And so that's what you got to be careful of. If you have too big a teeth, it can change the bundle pipes don't fit together. So people absolutely love it. All right, so let's transition to OMT. OMT is one of the most exciting categories out there. Do you know OMT tool is the highest penetrated pro tool out there right now? It's higher than a recip saw or circular saw. It has over 72%, so everybody has it. We're going to absolutely lead and dominate this category. And we're doing it for several reasons. We're designing applications and solutions for really problems that are out there. And so right now, the market has one carbide for everything. You cut everything. And so now we've introduced 3 different carbide. We're at day 1. But we have a dedicated metal, dedicated general purpose, and a dedicated nail embedded wood. And if you look, the reason why all you guys have an OMT tool, everybody use it? It grinds, it screams, it smokes. When I'm driving down a neighborhood, I can hear it when someone's going, it's horrible. And so we're gonna fix all that. So we're doing it with solutions, and we're creating better set and clearance so the tool can actually cut versus grind and file right now. So to show this today, we have our first in the world, we're breaking through this nail embedded wood. And so we do a lot of little things that are kind of cool. The first thing is our system here. This will fit both a DeWalt, a Milwaukee, and a Dremel. So it's a patented system that slides out. It's no mystery. Some of the colleagues out there will say general purpose, but you got to use a secondary fastener to do it. If you ever use like a washer that was cut in half and you got to slide it on, it's not a world-class experience, and the thing will move. This slides on to whatever mechanism that you're using. The other little things that we have is we have this plunge area here. It's a radius tip, and it creates like a little pilot point when you're starting. So think of it difference of having a spatula and trying to start versus a rounded nose of it where it starts on that, and it's actually easier to plunge, but it's also easier to start and get a pilot. So these are little nuances that we do to make it easier for our users on their job site. Logan, how are we going to show this?
All right, so I have the competitor carbide blade here. I'm going to be cutting through 1x6 material with 3 constructions through. We're going to see how it does. Pay attention to the sound of the tool and also what you see.
fire here. I need a burn permit. So you can see that it's filing versus cutting. And this is, I think everyone that uses this tool, this is your experience with it. It's a fantastic tool. The applications are absolutely incredible. But right now, the performance, we're not realizing the full potential of this tool. So here, what we've created is a nail-embedded wood carbide, but it has a set clearance on it right now. So it'll move much faster. Hopefully, it's not going to smoke and burn like this. But let's see, right? Anything can happen. Let's see how it goes. See how it goes. Absolutely, I mean, you'll feel it. We encourage you guys to come back and use them. You'll feel it in your wrist, you'll smell it, you'll see it, the vibration, absolutely unbelievable. And so when we looked at the hammer drill bit market once upon a time, what we recognized is that there was a thirst for better solutions than what was being offered, right? And there's two types of users when you're hammer drilling, right? One is, I have to go through rebar, and I don't want to. The second is, I don't want to hit any kind of rebar, but I do. And then it falls apart, right? And so when we looked at that market, we thought we could bring new technology to it. So if we look at a 5/8 inch standard bit, in terms of what's out tube cutter, this is standard tube cutter in the market as a DeWalt. Believe it or not, it's the overwhelming dominant way people are using today. Right here, tube cutters. This costs around $15, $17. And you hit rebar, what do? You got to stop, and maybe you're lucky enough to have a rebar cutter, which, by the way, you can't be in a hammer mode for this. It's rotary. This costs around $40, and then pick a number of times. It could be 5 minutes, it could be 50 minutes. Then you have to go through that, and then you got to switch it out and go back to your tube cutter. That's what exists today. So we said, hey, wow, there's a great opportunity to reinvent these things, have game-changer technology. So if you hit it, you can continue to get the job done. So what we did is we created a full carbide head 4-cutter system that takes small bites of the rebar. It's very low vibration. It's very cost effective. If the tube cutter is $17, this is $23 to $25, so not a lot of money. And if you have to hit rebar, you can get through it better than any kind of rebar cutter. So game changer. And this right now is reinventing the industry, and it's leading. We're growing so and overwhelmingly dominating, because once your user, once your customer tries this, they'll never go back. So that is super exciting right now. Now we're seeing the market start to come in with full carbide head, which is a great compliment, right? But we're also going to show you that all carbide is in the shade of evil. So first, let's do this. Let's show the difference of a tube cutter versus a full carbide head, so you can see what these users are doing. So how are we going to do this?
So we got two number 9 pieces of rebar here, so there's no way we can miss that, right? So this is the standard tube cutter when it hits rebar. Right, so it's already chipped off the edge of that. And then it's probably going to do damage to the tool when it gets hung up on that rebar. So the solution is that full carbide head Diablo rebar demon. Let's see what we got. Right there it is. So that full carbide head again is controlled movement of that rebar removal out of the hole, continue to finish the hole that you need in the concrete. Exactly where you started.
So in general, the tube cutter system on the market can handle heats. Can handle heats, Jason, up to 800 degrees. Can handle up to 800 degrees. You need to be able to handle 1200 degrees with the rebar. And these things right here, full carbide head, can handle up to 1800 degrees. 1800 degrees. So it can take the heat and get the job done. And that is critical for our design. So, but now some individuals are introducing full carbide head, and that's great. It's a beautiful thing, and it's better than the tube cutter system on the marketplace. But we're going to show you here quickly that all carbide, full carbide is not created equal. So let's see if we can do this. Yeah.
So you got to compare the product here, full carbide head. This guy.
So you can see that it pops off very good. So, you know, there's so much in the technology of the carbide. It's the welding that you have itself to be able to take that heat. So it's not just about putting carbide on. So we're excited about that, and it's really changing the game about this. So, but we went out to the market, and if you look at a lot of applications, you know, they want to be able to drill and fill, want to reduce dust, and you know that creates all this time and money when you make these holes. Right now, it's very cumbersome for users to be able to clean them. In fact, right now, what are some of the applications? They're using a pipe fitter, pipe cleaner. Yeah, they use this, they put it in, they pump, they drill, and then they have to try to blow it out. They use a pipe fitter. It's a very slow, cumbersome problem if you're putting anchors. But also, if you reduce dust itself, good things happen. Anytime you're drilling in concrete, you have to regrind and regrind or re-drill. It's like you're drilling with sandpaper. You know, it dulls the cutting edge of the bit itself right now, so it's not great. So if you can take that dust and remove it, good things happen, right? So the market historically, about 10 years ago, came up with these hollow bits, right? And it was a great idea. The whole idea was I can drill, I can pull out the dust, pull it, make it away, and then I don't have to clean out the hole. I can go right into mounting my anchor. The problem is the idea was great, but the execution was poor. Why? Because this is hollow itself. It's not a very strong, robust area. You also have insert carbide, just like what we showed you. You hit rebar, it's not very durable, it's not very long itself. You have these holes that try to suck up the dust itself, and they get clogged very, very easily. And then the last and probably the most limiting thing of this product is the cost. These things cost over $200. And it's amazing, we were just at job sites 2 weeks ago, and how many people are still buying them because they have to. They have an application, we have an environment, you're in a hospital, you're enclosed, your working environment, they'll say zero dust. So the idea is great, the execution is poor. Everybody's like, hey man, you know, great idea, but I'm gonna pay $200 for it. You know, I'm paying $15 to $22 today, and you want me to go to $200, right? So we looked at it, we said, we think there's a huge market potential to get what the users want and make it cost effective, all centered around productivity. Productivity, productivity, productivity. Everything we're doing now is around productivity. And we're not looking for a niche where you just need no dust environment. We're looking at these next standard on how you want to go to market when you're drilling versus your concrete. So to show what we have here, the design, here we go. All right, so here is the design itself. So the first thing that we did, the bit itself is core, is solid. Unlike the hollow bit itself, this thing is solid. It's a solid core. And then you have the carbide head on it. So unlike the insert knives, you have carbide. So you can hit rebar, you can take the heat, go up to 1800 degrees versus the existing design that can only take around 800. This can take the heat. Then we put a stainless steel sleeve around it. Yeah, I'll just show it here. And we put a sleeve around it here. So very high quality. So what it's doing is sucking up through this whole sleeve that's very high quality. And we can get up to 97% dust extractor. 97%. So that's killer. And the other thing from a cost efficiency we've done is we allow the vacuum adapter to be removed, unlike existing systems, so you can pull it off. And you have one size that fits all SDS Plus, and one size that fits all SDS Max. So the retail we're looking for, depending on the size, it's going to vary. But for that light comparison of a 2-cutter at $17, our full carbide head $23, this will hit around $55 to $60. Game changer. versus the $200 in the market. So now there's no reason why everybody can't use this bit for every application. And the productivity factor is going to make these useful. It's incredible. And what a great opportunity to introduce this product now with cordless technology improvement, with HEPA vacuums, dust extract. Now, more important, just think about 8-9 years ago when hollow bits were introduced, people were dragging around a vacuum cleaner. You're not hanging outside of a building and going to use that. It's just not realistic. Here, now, you have vacuum, you have backpacks, you have handhold area, even tools that have HEPA vacuums. Now, the market is right to use this as the new normal, you know, for every kind of drilling applications with concrete. You guys fired up? Yeah. Fired up? Ready to tell the world about this thing? So we're launching. This is the first launch here. You guys are the first ones to see this. We will start shipping hopefully April. If not, there's a couple of guys I want you to talk to over here. But it'll be late second quarter that we'll be introducing and shipping to the market. And then I think all of us get together, we talk about this right. We're going to really solve true issues on the job site today. And we're going to radically improve productivity. And we're not even talking about, you know, the best for the world part, which is being healthier, dust-free. If you guys never go to a job site, what these conditions are absolutely terrible. We have the power to change all things. So hopefully you guys are excited about it. Heck yeah. Cool? Yeah, right. Yeah. All right, so I guess we want to show it, huh? Let's do it. All right, so Steve, how are we going to show this?
So we're going to start with a traditional tool cutter, right? If you're preparing a hole, whether you're deep hole drilling or preparing a hole for either rebar or threaded rod doweling, through a concrete screw or mechanical anchor, you have to drill and you're going to generate dust. So we're going to just show you how much dust is generated on the job site with a standard bit, and then that brush blow method, which the anchor companies recommend, it has to be done before you install an anchor. So, here we go. So, one hole is an 8-inch hole depth, preparing for doweling. That's generated outside, right? So expose everybody, myself and everybody on the job site. Now, you got to get in here, and first thing I got to do usually is 3 or 4 pumps. More dust, still got dust, and then you got to grab the brush, right? You got to go back and make sure you keep track of this. Right? Now we got to go blow again. So back in the hole. Still residue left. That's one hole. And now we can proceed with our mechanical anchor, our concrete screw, or our epoxy anchoring preparation. So, how do we eliminate all those steps? Eliminate all that dust, eliminate all those steps, increase protection and security on the job site, but also allow them to work as quickly as possible. More and more cordless drill. So the solution is going to be the end of rebar demon. All right, let's go. Same situation.
This is our first launch first publication of it.
So you're seeing it here first.
We've been a little busy here at World of Concrete.
Dude, it is like chaos. And there's so many new announcements from DeWalt. I understand why it's so busy.
One of the best though new announcements is, let me just say, DeWalt Tough System DXL. Just the size alone,
yes,
is something different than what we've ever launched before, and especially in the trades and the concrete customer base where the tools are bigger. It's not something where you have small drawers for small tools.
Yeah.
I mean, look. The DCH 735 inch and 7/8 hammer conveniently kitted in it, but let's talk about it. So from the ground up, this is a new system for us. You'll see, you know, job sites are rough.
Yeah.
They're tough. You got to have a way to get around and over. So we got a new dolly. Ruggedized wheels, on and off. Very, very easy to move around. Very smooth. Happy about that.
I feel like this should be like over with like David Copperfield. It's like a magic trick.
But you know,
there's so much going on. You don't know where to look, bro.
We'll get to the David Copperfield part in a little bit, I promise. So, you know, here at DeWalt, we really listened to our users and they said, we need something bigger. We need something we can roll out of our Connex. Here you go. So you have the deep drawer system, okay? Now we have the 2-drawer DXL system. Very smooth operating. I mean, look at all the stuff.
I like the latches. These are metal latches here.
Yeah.
How much weight can we put in here? Is there?
It's a lot less than I ate at the buffet last night, I can promise you out.
Nice.
When we get closer to the launch, we're going to publish all
Okay.
the details. So
beautiful.
As you can see, though, too, the rail storage system on the side here. So tool storage, bin, peg hook, very versatile. Gives you the freedom to customize it for what you want, what your needs, what your workers really need.
I'm so overwhelmed with what's going on here. I'm just really honestly trying to take it in. So what we have is a dolly.
We have the dolly.
Right. And then we have these larger boxes. And in between, we have Tough System 2.0.
And that's where the magic comes in.
Okay.
We're very always concerned, just like our battery platforms, of not locking our users out of systems that we've had. So our Tough System, as you can see, this is our 2-drawer unit. On this side, our 3-drawer unit. They lock in, they fit. Whether it's, you know, the light station, whether it's a storage unit, whether it's a decompact toolbox, or even power stack charger, power shift charger fit right on.
This is great. You know why? Because it's customizable.
That's right.
We're in commercial retail.
Most certainly.
So what we do is we'll take on rollout projects. We could start out with a stack this big to complete that project, but we're able to customize this down to exactly what we need over time, so we never have more than we need. We're not looking for tools that we didn't need in the first place. This is great.
Well, you know, to go one step further though, this is great for storage.
Yes.
But that's only half the story. Because we have the worktop that can be adjusted. This needs to be a mobile workstation as well. The worktop will integrate right into it, latch it down, and now you have the freedom to be able to turn your storage system into a mobile workstation as well.
This is great.
So how many times do you see guys like boxes or sawhorses or makeshift, now you have a ruggedized stand.
Are you judging me?
No.
You've seen some...
No judgment here, but we've all done it. We've all, you said you were just taking pictures, whether light fixtures or we're trying to, now you have a ruggedized, safe area to work. You can make it even more rugged.
When does this launch? So we're not near launch yet, is that right?
We're getting closer, probably into Q2 of this year. We'll be
so
looking
this
to
was
come
just
out
announced
Q3.
at this show? Huh?
Q3 will probably be a very safe bet for everybody. Yeah, but this is our first launch, first publication of it.
So you're seeing it here first. And if you like seeing it here first, then smash the like button. Free for you to do. Plus, Chris, you'll get 7 years of good luck the more they smash the like button.
Smash that like button, subscribe.
Hey, yo, Chris is part of the gang, of the gang. He's DeWalt, but he's part of the gang.
The gang is important to all of us. Subscribe, get your Tough Systems.
Is there anything else you could share?
Yeah! We're at the World of Concrete, right?
Yes.
You're probably asking, why? Why are we talking about framing nailers here?
We have to frame forms.
Yeah, 35% of concrete is framing.
Of course.
So we have really thought about our design. and continuous innovation with the Power Stack battery. We've got our new 21-degree plastic.
We got a 30.
And a 30. Now, we've always had the best in class kind of this form factor, ergonomics, weight to power ratio.
Yeah.
But why rest? I mean, let's go.
Fair enough.
So what we've done is we've increased performance, we've increased power, stronger magnesium rails, and extended magnesium rails.
They come with the extended. Is this something I have to buy additional or no?
That's going to be an additional.
Okay, just checking.
Yes. But look, people have been going all day long.
Oh, yeah.
How many of these do you see not set deep?
No, there's none that, I can't see any that are really proud. Nope.
They're ready to go.
Yeah.
So, depending upon whichever correlation you want,
it looks like it almost, the faster you went, the deeper they got. I'm usually a 30-degree guy, but we'll use the.
All right.
Let me ask you, does it have like a rapid function or no?
No.
Oh, it does have a rapid function. Nice. No, there's not really any need for ramp up or anything, right?
No. I mean, it gets the job done. We want to get rid of that, the pain of pneumatics and that cord and wherever you're at. So we improved the design, and we really think that this will just keep our users extremely happy and proud to be in that nailer platform of ours.
It's light and compact, though. You know, it doesn't seem, I don't know.
Well, our old design was still best in class, ergonomics,
Size, right,
weight,
yeah.
right? So keeping that size, weight, we just needed to ramp up the power, give her a little bit of juice, a little bit of.
And you did. So
Yeah.
so you're using the same style system, but you've innovated on it to make it better.
I would say more of the same style shape.
Yes.
Brand new mechanics inside of it.
Oh,
now.
it's all brand new.
Yeah, it's brand new. Brand
Nice.
new.
Beautiful. As far as the line of nailers, like, are we going to see like Gen 2s in?
Most certainly. We have a lot of innovation coming in many different, in terms of the finish. You know, we just came out with the pin nailer, the cordless pin nailer. We have many other things coming down the road.
Beautiful.
But
That's great
still
news.
very proud of our 18 gauge finish nailer. And the reason why we have that at World of Concrete is because for the chamfer, the guys have to get that nice corner edge.
Yeah.
It's a perfect concrete tool.
I can appreciate the compact size and the best-in-class ergonomics, even of that previous nailer. The only gripe I've ever heard was like ramp-up time because of the flywheel system in the nailer. People felt the rate of fire wasn't as fast. Me personally, I'm not like a rapid-fire guy anyway.
Right.
But it seems like you've eliminated that issue. Can you tell me a little bit about it, or how you've done it? Or
There is some new technology. When it comes closer to the release
launch.
date,
Okay.
which will be Q3, that'll be publicized. But for right now, just know that when you're trying to bump and you're trying to go, we want to just get it as quick as possible.
it is too. That's awesome, man. Thank you.
Thank you guys. Very proud to be part of the gang. Very proud to be on VCG. Great
Thank you,
job,
Chris.
Vince. Thank you for visiting us.
And if you like, when Chris tells you he's part of the gang, then smash the like button. Free for you to do. Doesn't cost a dime. You'll get 7 years of good luck. Listen, I gotta get back to it. There is so much to see here, but I know you probably want more DeWalt, so I got something special for you. It's coming up right after this video. You're gonna love it.